Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, sir. Thank y'all for tuning in to another DLE Fitness live stream show. Today we got a good, interesting show going on for you today. That's right, that's right, that's right. Yes, yes, yes. Today we're going to be going over our normal topics of the day. We got fitness, we got the economy, and we got AI. And today is May 1st. So you know that rent is due. So go ahead and get that rent paid. Yes, don't be late on that rent. Get that rent in. You got, 3 days grace period? Some of y'all got 5. But hey, however many days you got, don't get no late fees. Some of y'all get late fees by a flat rate. Some of y'all get late fees by a percentage. And if you get percentages, you don't want to hit that late fee because it'll probably be an extra $100 to $200. So get it in. With that being said, man, thank y'all for tuning into the show. Today we got some topics for us to go over. Of course, we have to go over the fitness topic. Today we're going to go over a fitness topic that's going to be talking about fat or fit. Greg Doucette, once again, is going to be on the show, and he's going to talk to us about a typical, or not typical, but a particular influencer who feels like if she is more fluffy or thicker, she's healthy, and if she's in shape or thinner, she's unhealthy, which is a conundrum within itself. But Greg goes in and also explains that even if you look fit, that doesn't mean that you are fit, because a lot of people who are in the bodybuilding industry, anybody who aesthetically looks well, doesn't mean that they are well on the inside. A lot of people take drugs to look good aesthetically, but internally they're dying. So that's a lot to cover. It's a lot to go over. So we're going to review a video by him on the fitness portion of the show, and then we're going to switch over to the economy. The economy portion of the show is going to be very interesting for today, because we're going to go over, kind of continue to go over what we went over yesterday. Yesterday we kind of went in to get a deeper dive into see what was going on with China and how China was handling the tariffs, because the tariff war that's going on between the U.S. and China. Well, I had found a particular, channel on YouTube who kind of dove deeper and saw exactly how the citizens were living and what they were going through. And I found another video by the same exact people. And this video that they have is going to dive even deeper to show the huge impact that's being held, or that's happening right now to people in China, and what we don't hear about, what we don't see. And I can't 100% say, if it's 1,000% accurate, but from a looks of it, looks like it has boots on the ground. It's looking like what he's going over and what he's speaking on holds a lot of weight, because it's showing that, the U.S. is moving their Apple products from China to India. So that's going to be a lot of jobs that are going to be cut in China this coming year on top of the tariffs. So a lot of businesses are being hit, as well as what we're having over here in the U.S. We're getting hit with tariffs as well. So we're kind of seeing the similar impact on both ends, but we're going to look at it from a citizen point of view in China. So this video is going to go over that as well, and we're going to cover that. So that's going to be a good one to watch. And then finally, we're going to get into the AI portion of the show. Lately, we've been going over different AI videos and looking at how to basically make AI animations and different things that kind of work with, that tie in with AI music, and all that stuff. Well, today we're going to go over and actually try to do a actual AI story live. So I'm going to sit down, go over a YouTube video with a guy who says he can actually help you create an animated AI video or story, and I'm going to try to follow his steps and see if we can actually create the AI story along with him, and see if we can actually implement it and actually make it work live with the free tools that we have at our fingertips. So that's going to be a fun one to watch for sure. So can't guarantee 100% if it's going to work out, but we're going to see. So we're going to try it. I feel like, I don't know, is my camera too? There's too much top of my head not showing. It kind of feels a little weird. It feels a little off. I might be right. I might be wrong. I don't know. I think we're good, though. I think we're good. All right. So with that being said, if you want to contribute to today's show, bam, right there, Cash App is Daniel22888, and the Venmo is going to be Danny-Daniel-00. Just know that we are simultaneously streaming on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and Rumble. If you're on any one of those platforms, you can go to my link tree and you can find all of the links to be able to support on any one. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button that you're going to see right there. Get the algorithm out, show support. I greatly appreciate it. It's going to help. Does a whole lot. Just hit the like button. That's all you got to do. And yeah, with that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and get this show on the road and get this started because we're here early in the morning. If you're on the East Coast, it is 1:15. If you're on the West Coast, it is 10:15. So wherever part of your workday that you're in, hopefully I can keep you entertained and keep you going. And it is Thursday.
Oh, you're having a bad day?
Yes.
Did you die? I got shot. But did you die?
So you're that close to the weekend, so stay alive if you can, because Mr. Child just told you, however bad your day is going, as long as you're still alive, you are A-okay, all right? So don't be complaining out there. It can be a whole lot worse, because, I mean, this economy is kicking everybody in their nuts at this point. It is no joke out here, I'll tell you. It is no joke. Man, it's killing everybody. It really is, so hang in there tough. Do what you got to do. Take care of your folks. Take care of your peeps. Call your loved ones, tell them you love them, and all that good stuff. All right, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and slide on over to the first video of the show, starting off with the fitness category. So we're going to slide on over, and Greg Doucette's going to be the one to take us away. Now, before we get started on that, let me make sure I get this put up properly and go ahead and just hit the refresh button because I don't want to get caught up on an ad like we always seem to do. Oh, man. Yeah, there we go. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. All right, cool. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. All right, so let's go ahead and get this pulled up on the screen and get this first video started. Without further ado, let me see, make sure I got everything good over here on this side, and we should be good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up on the screen and start with our first video. Change the banner real quick. Bam, bam, there we go. And oh, we got cakes on the screen. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, hello. All right, Greg, go ahead and take us away. Let's get it started.
She said when she was fit, she was unhealthy. And when she was fat, now she's healthy. If you're fat, you're not fit. Is this woman fit? I'm going to give you 3 seconds, no, 1 second to make a decision. Let's see. Immediately, no. Did you see this woman?
Yeah, I just saw her.
Was she fit?
Immediately, no.
She's not fit. Now, is she strong? Very strong. Perhaps she's stronger than me. I don't know. She weighs 238 pounds. She's a female. Does anyone think that that's a healthy weight? Healthy at any size. Well, not at 238 pounds. Sorry.
I wonder how tall she is, though. How tall is she? She's like 6 foot something. I give her leeway, but she probably ain't.
You're not fit at 238 pounds if you're a female. Let's see the video. Let's see what's going on. I mean, I like the song.
Same.
The song slaps, but being fit and looking fit are two completely different things.
Facts.
I'll agree with that. Being fit and looking fit. For example, you could look super fit. You're on performance-enhancing drugs, you're on steroids, you have 10% body fat, but you can't even run a mile. You're about to have a heart attack. And so just because you look fit doesn't mean that you are fit. But
that is
if
true.
You don't look fit, as in you're morbidly obese, you're 50 pounds overweight. I'm being nice. She's 100 pounds overweight.
And that's true, man. I've been in that situation whenever I was going on a bulk and I was starting to cut back. Even though you have more muscle mass and you look extremely aesthetically well, man, your mobility will start to suffer. You're not going to understand the extra weight that your body is putting on in the muscle and what it requires to fuel those muscles and hydrate those muscles. So doing physically exerting things with a lot of muscle on your body, if you're not used to it, it's going to be physically exhausting. So it just takes some time to get used to, but as long as you don't like overdo it and get so cock swole that you can't even like turn around or like wipe your ass or nothing like that, like that's kind of outrageous. Don't get like that, but nice, lean, cut, chisel tone, that's fine. But still you have to understand that those muscles do require nutrients and hydration. So yeah.
If you're 100 pounds overweight, you're not fit. I don't care how many clean and jerks you can do. I don't care how much you can lift. You're not fit. One is a testable and the other is a beauty standard. No. Just because you're fat doesn't necessarily mean that you're not beautiful. We've talked about this in the past. You can be fat and still look good. Some people are chubby chasers. I'm not one of them.
This fool be talking. We got some people are chubby chasers. Hey, to each his own, to each his own. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Greg going in. Greg is going in.
Fitness is testable. It's about what your body can do. To an extent, I'm going to agree partially with you. Fit people can run a mile. They can perhaps do a bunch of push-ups and sit-ups, but fit people are also healthy. Fitness...
That's true. Being fit, being healthy are two different things. Like I said, you see these bodybuilders as yoked up, but at the end of the day, they're on drugs. Yeah, it's still drugs. So, you know, you get them in a ring to do combat training or you put them to run a mile, their heart might explode.
Fitness and health, to me, they go hand in hand. And if you're, for example, 238 pounds like she is, or if you're as a man, 350 pounds, you're not fit. It's a reminder that fitness is about function, not just aesthetics. I agree with that, but I also don't agree with the fact that you can be fit when you're morbidly obese. Obesity means you're not fit. If you're obese, you're not fit. You can't have both. It's like me wanting to be tall when I'm short. I can't have both. Oh, but look at me. I can jump really high. Well, if you're a 5'6" manlet and you can slam dunk, does that mean that you're tall? Well, look, I do what tall people do.
I don't know. One thing I do have to say is this. I mean, being obese, being fit can be two different things. But I have to say, I don't know. I've seen like big fat people dance like a skinny person. Or I've seen people who may not have like tone or definition of muscle, but you know, they are in good, decent shape to do like combat training and sparring. So it's like, you know, being fit can have a different meaning because at the same time, you may not have the muscle tone or definition, but you still might be fit. Like, for example, a fighter by the name of Fedor Emelianenko. He didn't have the muscle tone to look fit. He looked like a dad bod, like a regular person, but he was in shape. Like he could stand like, you know, the cardio and the physical exertion that it took to get through a fight. So he may not have looked aesthetically fit, but he was fit. He was in shape. He had the endurance to put out, you know, the strength, the endurance and the conditioning to go through what it is that he was doing. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a toss up.
What's her body fat percentage?
40 something, 45%. She's at least 45% body fat, probably 50%. I can tell by looking. It took me 1 second. And it's not because she's not pretty. It's not because I wouldn't date this woman. It's because she's fat. When you're fat, you're not fit. This is what a runner looks like. This body can run for 30 minutes. This body will...
Okay, I mean, come on now. I get what, yeah, fitness is kind of a look as well. I mean, in her case, like some of the belly can go. We can get rid of some of the belly. I'm just saying. We can trim off some of that belly.
Run a 5K.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to say to this? This body can run a 5K. Just because you can run 5K doesn't mean that you're fit. If I'm dying of stage 4 terminal cancer and I run a 5K, am I fit?
I think we need to define fit. Like fit and healthy. I think those are the two different things that we're at right now. Fit and healthy. Which one are we referring to? Are we talking about fit as in a look and healthy as in the internal state of a human being? Or, you know what I mean? I think that's where the confusion, at least that's where I'm confused at, but let's keep going.
I'm perhaps going to die tomorrow. If I run a 5K and the next day I have a heart attack, if my blood pressure is 200 or 140, am I fit? Oh, I ran the 5K. Is Laja Talahaja actually fit? He's 6'6", well over 300 pounds. He's definitely obese. And he can clean and jerk 579 pounds over his head. He has more explosive power, strength than almost anyone in the world. And he's only 21 years of age. But is he fit?
Oh my God, time out. That's a 21-year-old? That's 21? There's no way that is 21. That's not 21.
than almost anyone in the world, and he's only 21 years of age. But is he fit? It's debatable if he's natural or not, but is this man fit? Does he look?
Man, it'd be the first time I actually say this, but I hope he's on steroids. There's no way that that's 21. There's no way he's 21. Jesus Christ.
Fit? Does he pass the eye test? Look at him for 1 second and say, is he fit? Just because you can move really quickly, just because you can lift heavy weights, it doesn't mean that you're fit. And I'm not fat shaming him. I'm simply stating a fact. If you're fat, you're not fit. They go hand in hand. If you're morbidly obese, 100 pounds overweight, you're not fit. You might think that you are, but you're not. Now, listen, I'm not going to say, oh, bodybuilders are healthy. Chris Bumstead winning the Mr. Olympia, he's not fit, nor is Samson Dota. No one abusing performance-enhancing drugs, despite the fact they have a chiseled six-pack, is actually fit. I don't care if you're obese because you have a lot of fat or if you have a lot of muscle, neither are healthy. And if you're morbidly obese, you're taking years away from your life. And so I wasn't going to record this video until she posted this. In this video, she says, unhealthy. Remember, when she's 238 pounds, she posts healthy. But when she's 75 pounds lighter, she says unhealthy. Want to see her when she's unhealthy? Let's do the quick 1 second eye test. Does this woman look unhealthy to you? She's literally doing a muscle up on the rings. I can't do that. Unhealthy. Why?
I mean, you look healthy to me. I don't know what she tripping on. You look healthy on that picture. Yeah. I think you're healthy there. Let's see what she says.
Unhealthy, 75 pounds lighter. Well, I'll tell you why she says unhealthy. Obsessed, no life. Balanced, full, happy life. When she's not over.
That's what it is. You want to eat whatever you want to eat. That's what it is. It's the discipline that you don't like that comes with it. That's what it is. I get it. Okay, yeah. You don't like the discipline that what it takes to remain in that shape. You know what I mean? She enjoys the eating and, you know, the stuff that she doesn't have to do in order to. I see it.
When she's actually healthy and fit, clearly she's doing.
I mean,
muscle.
hell, she did a whole muscle up on. She did a muscle up on steel rings, bro. That's impressive. That really is impressive. At the end of the day, that's not easy to do. So I mean. Yeah, I just don't think she would. I think that she wanted to eat. I think that's what she was. She just wants to eat and enjoy whatever she wants to eat. So in her mind, she was not healthy, I'm assuming. But when she was able to still eat whatever she wanted to eat and somewhat do some of the, because I bet you she can't do a muscle up at 230 something pounds.
Well, does anyone think she couldn't have ran the 5K back then? Does anyone think she lost all of her cardiovascular fitness? She couldn't walk, run, jog. She was just laying down on a bed all day long. How many believe that? And so what she's saying is she was unhealthy then because she was obsessed and had no life. Obsessed and unhealthy. Why? Because perhaps she was eating from my cookbook. She's having low-calorie recipes.
No. Don't you try that.
Just because you had no life, as if you have to go and be fat and eat junk food all day in order to have a balanced life. How is it balanced? Do you know what actually would be balanced? Somewhere in the middle. Somewhere between 138 pounds no life and 238 pounds happy balanced life. There's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Why can't you just go somewhere in the middle?
Exactly.
It's the all or nothing approach. Either she's obsessed with no life, dieting all the time. Perhaps she hated that.
Exactly.
Or she eats anything whenever she wants.
That's exactly what I said. She was probably just upset because she didn't like she had to diet. She wanted to eat more what she wanted, which she could have still ate whatever she wanted. It's just that it would have been less of it. Like you still got to diet. And then whenever you want to cheat and go ham on whatever you want to eat, do that on a weekend or something. You know what I mean? Like you can still do that. You just can't do it as much. She just wanted to indulge. That's how I see it. I think that's what it was.
Ice cream, cake, candies, chips, you name it, I'm eating it. And so she claims she's now healthy. She's healthy because she gets to eat whatever she wants and she's not obsessive. I would say she is obsessive. In what regards? She's obsessive about eating whatever she wants. She says now she has balance. How is balance eating whatever the that you want, not giving two shits about your health? Does this pass the eye check, the eye test? What is your definition of health? You're saying you were unhealthy when you were.
I mean, I would say this. I would say if this is the situation that we're going over, I would say, can you do both of the same things in your healthy phase versus your unhealthy phase? And then we just put them together. Can you do the muscle up? If you can still do the exact same stuff, healthy and unhealthy, or thinner and less weight and more weight, I would be like, hey, I mean, at the end of the day, if you could still do the things that you could do when you were skinnier with more weight that you have, I would say do as you please, just as long as, you know, you ain't got like high blood pressure or like a high cholesterol or clogged arteries, you good. You actually are good. Get your blood work done, and if, you know, there's not much of a difference in anything like that, then you're straight. Otherwise, yeah, that'd be the best way to measure it, in my opinion.
Were perhaps 100 pounds smaller, but now you're healthy when you're fat. She's appealing to all the obese, fat, out of shape people of the world. She's saying, this is healthy, hire me. I want to coach all you fat people out there who don't want to go on a diet. I'm going to prove to the world that it's healthy at any size whatsoever. Eat whatever you want, do whatever you want, don't care about your diet, just go and train. Now, I'm not against the training, but I'm against her telling the world that it's healthy as long as you're training. Doesn't matter about your weight. Weight still is important. If you're morbidly obese, it's taking years away from your life.
That's true. That is true. And also, like I said, whenever I went on a bulk, I could feel like the fact that I added extra weight to my body before I went on a cut, I could feel it. I could feel it in my body. Like I said, the mobility went away, and like, you know, you could feel it in like your knees. Like, who the hell wants to have knee problems in your 30s? It's ridiculous. I could feel it in my body. You know what I mean? So you're putting too much stress on your body, and it has to come off. And whenever you're in a bulk, you eat in a surplus. So when you eat in a surplus, you're gonna have more fat around your body. You just naturally are. That's why you go on a cut, to trim the fat, to see the muscle that's underneath. That's how that works. So yeah, your body's gonna, you know, gonna be stressed out and have more aches and pains and stuff like that because of the extra weight that you put on it. However, you don't want to get too thin because your body does need that fat. The fat is for a reason, but just have a balance. Like you said, balance it out. Find out what your happy medium is.
Doing the running, the chin-ups, the clean and jerks, and so on, it's still shortening your life. Just your waist circumference alone, of which she has a large one, is associated with a host of various health illnesses, diseases, and so on. And so how can you be healthy if your risk of getting almost everything is greatly increased? How's that healthy? I mean, just because she's lifting 3 5-pound plates on each side, like, you guys think she's actually clean and jerking 3 45 plates? Those are bumper plates. They weigh almost nothing. Oh, she's so strong. You see this? You think that's 315 pounds? People are probably like, oh my God, she's lifting 315 pounds. What are those, 10s? It's less. It's a lot less than her body weight, that's for sure. Don't underestimate people in larger bodies.
He can't help it. He can't help himself. He's over here going in. Calm down, Greg. Calm down. Calm down. Oh man, he can't help it. Oh man, he's a fitness dude, so he's like, you know, to him, fat is whack. So he just can't take it. He's like, oh my God.
We're not underestimating people in larger bodies. I just described a 6'6" man who could clean and jerk 579 pounds.
Pause. Clean and jerk. Pause. Pause.
The greatest Olympic lifter of all time, and he's 21, and I'm calling him fat. So I'm not being...
I still can't believe that dude was 21 years old, bro. That was a hard 21. Jesus. That was a hard 21. But he clearly looked 35. No way around it. Like, that was a hard 21. Oh my goodness. I hope he's on steroids to make him, that got him looking like that. Jesus.
Misogynist. I'm not picking on women. Men, women, all of you, if you're fat, you're fat. Sorry. She's doing 3 full pull-ups at 238 pounds. Very impressive. But here's the thing.
That is impressive.
Imagine if she lost 50 pounds. Everyone think of that? I bet she could do perhaps 15.
I mean, she weighed more than me. And, you know, doing 3 pull-ups. I wonder how many pull-ups she could do whenever she was lighter. Because she was doing muscle-ups on steel rings. So that's impressive. So I wonder how many pull-ups she could do when she weighed less? I'm curious. Just wondering, because she's doing 3 pull-ups at 238. So was it? She was like 70. At least he said she was like 75 pounds lighter. So she probably could at least got 10 pull-ups in.
Pull-ups. And so as good as she is at 238 pounds, she's going to be that much better if she were to lose weight.
Exactly.
Reasons
Exactly.
to exercise that aren't lost. Heart health, mental health, stress relief as a mom. That's great. All reasons to exercise, and also very good reasons to lose weight. Losing weight also going to improve your health. Weight loss takes willpower. No one talks about how hard it is and the will.
See, she looked good there. She looked good there. You know what I mean? She was straight there. I don't see what the big deal. She just wanted to eat. That's all it was. She just enjoys eating. Like all women. Women like to eat. Women love eating. I mean, seriously, like they love to eat. I'm not saying men don't, but women like to eat. You like seriously, like if you want to have a conversation with a woman, like just sit down and eat. Like you want to talk to any woman, give her a meal.
Power it takes to go from here to here without relapsing. And so just because she relapsed, should she be promoting the message of don't even try? And so this isn't meant to be an ad, but if you want to...
I mean, if the difference between the two pictures is 75 pounds, I would say add 25 pounds and be happy. Not 75.
Lose weight, you could also friggin' get my cookbook.
No.
I'm not saying you need to be perfect. Remember, she was either fat or she was fit. She said when she was fit, she was unhealthy. And when she was fat, that now she's healthy. Can't there be somewhere in the middle? I'm not asking everyone to be at 15% body fat, to have a six-pack and so on, but can you lose some of the weight? And so if you're 100 pounds overweight right now and you watch your video, you're going to think, I don't need to lose weight. Thank God. She is living proof.
Now, I don't know how old she is. However, whatever she feels comfortable at, that's the main thing. But I know as she gets older, she would probably want to go closer to the slimmer side for sure. As she gets older, she would want to be on the slimmer side because it'll be easier to put on weight when you get older as opposed it is to lose weight as you get older. So if she could, like he's saying, find that happy medium, I think it would be better for her as she progresses in age to be able to keep that happy medium as opposed to whenever you get older, your metabolism slows down. Whatever you used to eat don't burn off as fast. So it would be wiser to keep herself slimmer.
She's wrong, though. I'm not saying you need to lose all 100 of the pounds that you want to lose, but what about losing half?
That's what I said.
Halfway there.
That's what I said.
50 pounds. Does that not make sense? Why can't we do both? Join the gym, lift some weights, do some cardio, and go on a diet. Lose half of it. You don't need to be perfect. But what I don't like about this woman is that she's promoting that if you're overweight and actually obese or morbidly obese, as long as you're going for runs and doing clean and jerks and chin-ups, that you're actually fit. We all know it's calories in, calories out. And the way she's training, it looks like she's training a lot. She's probably burning a lot of calories. Now, some of you are thinking, yeah, but it doesn't work like that. It's not calories in, calories out. It absolutely is. There's guaranteed she's eating 3,000 plus calories a day. And so if she were to cut her calories down to 2,000 calories, guarantee she would lose weight. Anyone doubt me? Of course there are. Try it. Eat less and see if you lose weight. If you're looking to build...
He's trying to do it again. Okay, Greg. We get it, man. But shout out to you, Coach Greg. Shout out to you. Yes, give him a round of applause for sure. Yeah. Yeah, he keeps trying to promote his supplements, but Coach Greg is on point with that one. I get what he's saying, and yes, just try to find a happy medium, which makes you happy. Because whenever you're disciplined and you're trying to like lose weight and look great and all that stuff, it is a really disciplined thing that you have to do. Like you really do have to stay away from bread, sugary drinks, tortillas, pastas, and stuff like that. You can eat those things, but in moderation, and you know hitting your macros and stop eating at a certain time and getting enough rest, all that stuff. It is tedious and it's very, very, you have to have a disciplined mind about it. It does take away some of the things that your body's used to enjoying, the Snickers, the cakes, the cookies, and all that stuff. You have to do it in moderation instead of out of pleasure and enjoyment, but find the happy medium to what you enjoy, and you're still able to, you know, if you wanted to get back to where you were, you're only like what, 15 pounds away or something like that, as opposed to being 75 to 100 pounds away or relapsing and going all the way back to square one. That's the only thing I would say. But other than that, man, I mean, I think that was a good take, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. And you don't want it to hinder your mindset, man, because your gut health is tied to your brain health. I don't care what nobody say. Like, your gut health and your brain health go together. So she was talking about mental illness or mental health or whatever. I would say you're probably, I don't know. If you're going down the bodybuilder route, I would say your mental health might be taking a toll, because of if you're on steroids and if you're depleting yourself of water and all that stuff. That ain't good for you. That's just not it. That's extremely taxing on the body. So your mental health is not going to do too good if you're taking a bodybuilding route and trying to cut for a show and all that crap. But if you're just doing it to stay fit and in shape, when she showed herself at her fittest, and I don't think she was doing any like bodybuilding shows, it looked like she was just being a healthy person. I think she was good. You know, she could fluctuate 10 pounds here and there, 10 pounds up, 10 pounds back, 10 pounds up. She would have been good. Eat your cookies, eat your crackers, whatever you want to do. Eat your ice cream in moderation. You'll be straight. You know what I mean? But, you know, to each his own. You know, to each his own. You know what I mean? But hey, being in the gym, go ahead and give her the victory music. Speaking of, though, we're going to look at a few transformations. So we're going to check out a few transformations that we got up here. We're going to look at what we got. We got 2. Do we have 3? Yeah, we got 3. We'll look at 3. We'll look at 3 transformations. So we'll check out this one first real quick. They're just really quick shorts. Just going to get straight to the point, just to show different people's transformations. And you can make your opinion on what they appear to be happier on. So let's go ahead and check out this first guy right here. Let's see. Get him going.
I'm going to be holding this. Going to have 8 pack.
That's gross. That's gross.
All hard work, baby.
He seems happy.
One day I'm going to be...
He seems happy, man. Shout out to him. He seems happy with his results. But then again, you know, men and women are different. And, you know, as far as what healthy is on a body. So, you know, the muscle works more in men. Women naturally going to carry more fat on their body. That's just a natural thing. But, you know, he seems pretty happy with his results. So shout out to him for, you know, getting in the gym and getting after it for sure, for sure. So let's see. The next transformation we got is going to be this guy right, Chia. Stop. We're gonna turn the music off because I don't really like the song that's being played. But we got this guy right here. Let's see how he looks with his transformation. It says you should eat less and move more, which is your calorie intake. You know, your macros and your calories. So eat less calories and move around a lot more. Just make sure you hit your macros when you eat less calories. You don't want to just be eating less calories and not hitting your macros. But look at him right there, looking like a whole new man. Look at him. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, buddy. Then he got the surgery. You know, because you know, if you're that big and you cut the weight, he's gonna have loose skin and all that stuff. So look at him. He's out there getting after it. Look at him. Surgery is cheating. Nah. Surgery did all the work for you, cheater. Nah, you didn't. Surgery ain't do all the work for you, buddy. You did the work. The weight came off. You had the excess skin there, so you had to go through the surgery to, you know, make it happen. So you did your thing, man. Screw the haters. Screw the haters. Shout out to this guy. But is it just me though? This might be me talking trash, but you know, forgive me if it hurts anybody's feelings, but I'm just being honest. You ever like notice somebody who's bigger and then when they like lose weight, it seems like they have a big head on a small body? Does it seem that way? It kind of does seem that way when like people who are kind of big like he was, when they finally lose all the weight, it seems like they have this big head on a small body.
He didn't say that. Tell me he didn't just say that.
It's like the pit bull effect, you know what I mean? But I mean, it all starts to even out after a while. But that's just what I always see. But you know, but shout out to him though. Let's give him the victory music for going in there and getting it. Shout out to him. All right, and we got one last transformation. This is just another short, so we're going to take a look at this guy. He had a heck of a transformation, I believe. So let's see what this transformation looks like here. Let's see what we got here. You see this guy right here, man. I'm curious to see, to kind of find out what it looked like as the end result. Hopefully they don't clip me for the music. Oh, come on. No, really? That's your transformation? Oh my goodness. Is that really a transformation or is that a transition? Which one is it, buddy? Come on. Oh. Start eating less. You're a fat. My homeboy stayed in the house and he ate less. That's what he did. He didn't get no sunlight and he ate less. So, you know, shout out to him for doing the transformation of the century. I don't think anybody can have a transformation like that. Oh man, he transformed in every way possible. His hair got thinner, his skin got brighter, his weight got lighter. Oh my goodness. Oh man, but hey, shout out to him and his epic transformation. I bet you never seen a transformation like that before. Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's what testosterone does. You know, if you take TRT and HRT, I mean, each person may get different results. You know, some people, you know, their body gets chiseled. Some people, they pigmentation gets brighter, hair gets thinner, body gets lighter, and you know, muscles and abs start to come through. It is what it is. All right. So moving on to the next thing. The next thing that we have is we have the muscle of the day. Yes, let's go ahead and go over the muscle of the day. So let's get that pulled up. All right. So the muscle of the day is going to be the glute muscle. The glute muscle. You know what? Let me actually get, you know what? Let me do one thing real quick. Let me actually get a fun visual for the glute muscles, if you don't mind. Let's get a fun visual for the glute muscle. Let's see. Let's see. This should be a fun one to look at. Yeah. Let's get a fun glute workout. What we got? Oh yeah. Not that one. How about this one? This one. Nah, we'll do this one. Nah, not this one. How about this one? Nah, not. Yeah, we'll do this one. We'll do this one. There we go. We'll do this one. So we're gonna go ahead and start out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put up this video right here that we're gonna see, and I'm gonna read off and give you understanding of how the glute muscles work, because you got the gluteus medius, maximus, and minimus. So we're gonna go over and explain that to you while this video is playing. It's not gonna be no sound, just gonna be me chit-chatting and talking. But we have the glutes right here and the glute muscles here. You can have the gluteus muscles, and they are, get that out of the way, they're short for gluteal muscles, basically, and they are a group of 3 muscles located in the buttocks. They are crucial for posture, walking, running, and overall lower body strength and power. Yes. So you can't have weak glute muscles, because those are very strategic muscles to have. And there's also something that would help with your lower back pain as well. You might have weak glutes if your lower back always hurts, so keep that in mind. Gluteus maximus, they're going to be the largest and most superficial of the 3. The main function is hip extension, standing up from a squat, climbing stairs, and sprinting. Also helps with external rotation and abduction of the hips, so going away. And then also helps with the external rotation and abduction of the hip. Key exercises will be squats, hip thrusts, lunges, and deadlifts. That'll be for the gluteus maximus. And then we have the gluteus medius. They're going to be located on the outer surface of the pelvis, partially under the gluteus maximus. They're going to be main functions for hip abduction, so moving the leg out to the side and stabilizing the pelvis during walking and or running. And the key exercises are going to be side-lying leg raises, banded lateral walks, and single leg squats. And then also we're going to have the smallest and deepest of the glute muscles, which is going to be the gluteus minimus. That's going to be the smallest one. They assist with the glute medius in hip abduction and internal rotation, and also contribute to pelvic stabilization. So yes, that's what they're going to be for. And the point of origin for these are going to be the ilium, which is the posterior gluteal line, the sacrum, the coccyx, and the sacrotuberous ligament. I hope I said that word right. The insertion is going to be the IT band and the gluteal tuberosity of the femur. That's where the insertion is going to be at as well. So yeah, the attachment and the insertion. So the point of origin and the insertion. So that's going to be for the gluteus muscles, and seeing them in action being worked is going to look a little bit something like this. So you got glutes and hamstring is what she's going to be working. So this right here is going to be I think it's GHR, which depending on how you do this workout, because I did this workout and it took me forever to figure out how to actually do it right, because you can work two different muscles if you don't do that workout right. And these RDLs, Jesus, be careful with those, because you can just be using all back and not glutes and just be defeating the complete purpose of the whole workout. But as we see right here, and depending on where your legs are placed on the leg press, that's going to determine what muscles you're going to work out. So we got her right here doing these workouts. Nice visual, nice little visually appealing thing to look at with a little rib tattoo. Is that the solar system on the ribs? The different moons, the full moon, half moon, crescent, and all that stuff. Is that what we got on the side over there? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Enough of her. Alrighty. So moving on, the next thing that we're going to go over next is we're going to actually go over and have the anatomy lab break down a human body that's been donated, I believe. I always say donated because, they got the body unless they dug it up. And the body's going to be dissected, so you're going to be able to see the muscles and the fascia and the fats and the veins and arteries and all that good stuff. And you're going to be able to see exactly what these muscles look like underneath the skin without all the gory stuff. So we're going to have the anatomy lab. They're going to go in and take this and they're going to explain this. So shout out to the anatomy lab, fair use. And we're going to let them take it away and explain exactly how these muscles work and give you a visual of a real life of what your muscles actually look like. Okay, this is what they actually look like. Not maybe, but for sure what it looks like. So when you're dead and gone and you want to donate your body, they can do you like this, and you could probably be on the D. Elliott Fitness live stream show, and we'll have you on here. As a matter of fact, this could be you. You know what I mean? You could be one of the people on the show. Like this could possibly be you. You lose your life, you donate your body, and I could be doing the actual, thing of you. But anyway, let's let the anatomy lab take it away and explain this on how this works. So here we go.
Humans proportionally have some of the biggest butts in the animal kingdom. Humans proportionally have some of the biggest butts in the animal kingdom.
Pause.
And I'm not just talking about the fat that we can pack on over the top of our butts. I'm talking about one of the largest muscles in the human body called the gluteus maximus. You can see it attaching to the sacrum or the lower part of the spine here, and even inserting into the IT band. It'll also insert into the femur. But this is a very powerful hip extensor. And let me show you what hip extension looks like.
Just standing in this upright position, your hip is extended. So your gluteus maximus has to fire just to help maintain this upright bipedal posture. And this is one of the reasons why humans have pretty well developed glutes. Now we can obviously challenge the gluteus maximus more than just standing in an upright position. Say we go running, or maybe we're hiking up a stair stepper, and say we step up onto something. This is hip flexion. And to step up, we have to extend the hip and fire into that gluteus maximus.
Humans proportionally have some of the biggest butts in the animal kingdom. And I'm not just talking about the fat that we can pack on over the top of our butts. I'm talking about...
Oh, crap. All right, so if you look right here, if you can see right here, this is where the spine would be coming down at. This is where your spine would be coming down and then leading into the coccyx is what he's talking about right down here, that bone that's like right in the middle of... You can call it the crack bone. I guess that's the case. You feel that bone right at the top of your crack is this right here, like coming at the end of your spine. So this is what we're looking at right here. So the spine and the coccyx at the very tip, at the very bottom of the spine.
Top of our butts. I'm talking about one of the largest muscles in the human body called the gluteus maximus.
One of the largest muscles in the human body. And so if it's one of the largest muscles in your body, it's very, very important that you should be training it and knowing how to train it. That mind and muscle connection is very important.
You can see it attaching to the sacrum or the lower part of the spine here, and even inserting into the IT band. It'll also insert into the femur. But this is a very powerful hip extensor. And let me show you what hip extension looks like.
Just standing in this upright position, your hip is extended. So your gluteus maximus...
And one thing I did notice with what he's talking about right here, so you're going to see a guy you're going to see climbing up a mountain or whatnot. You will feel the difference. If you climb or walk up a set of stairs, right? walk up the set of stairs using like the, I guess the toes of your foot, the toes of your foot, or the front of your foot, and then walk up those same flight of steps using the heel of your foot. You know, so because I mean, some people, just how you walk naturally. I notice when I walk upstairs, I usually end up using like the toes of my feet as opposed to using my heel. And when I use the heel of my foot to walk upstairs, I can clearly feel the difference of what muscles is being activated as I walk up the stairs. So as you see him climbing up this mountain right here, if you actually try that, just walk up some stairs, use your toes. The next time you go up the stairs, use your actual whole foot, the heel of your foot, to push up on each and every single step. You're going to feel different muscles fire off naturally because you're using a different set of muscles depending on what part of your foot that you use whenever you're climbing up the stairs. Me, whenever I use my toes of my feet, you'll be able to feel it in like your calves more. When you actually use your heel and press up, you'll be able to feel it in your glutes more. So fun fact, try it out. See if you feel the difference. If you're ever climbing up some stairs or walking upstairs, just try it. See how you feel. Or go outside and do it now if you're, lazy. But keep yourself logged on to me. Don't go away. Don't walk off and take it off. Just go do it. Come back and I'll be right here whenever you go do it. Yeah. But anyway, shout out to the Anatomy Lab for that, man. Let's go ahead and give them a round of applause. We can move on to the next segment. All right, let's see what we got here next. Oh, yes. All right, so we're about that time. We have made it into, whoops. We have made it into the next part. Well, not the next part of the show, but we have made it to the sponsor of today's show. And the sponsor of today's show is, I need a freaking drum roll. Where's my drum roll? That's not a drum roll. I don't have one, but I'm going to get one. But anyway, the sponsor of today's show is going to be none other than, yes, sir, yours truly, D. Elliott Fitness. Yes. That's right. Whenever you need to get your workouts on, push day, pull day, leg day. If you can't get to the gym, if you're traveling, you're in Japan, Taiwan, Russia, China, Afghanistan, Europe, Romania, Australia, it don't matter. Go on YouTube, type in D. Elliott Fitness, all one word, and click on the video tab, and we got you on upper body days, lower body days, ab days, core day, chest day, leg day, you name it. We got it at home with a simple workout that you could do. And if you want one-on-one coaching, you can reach out to me on my email or any of my social media platforms and find my link tree and get in contact with me for a diet plan. And if you're good on your diet, just click onto the YouTube channel and get you a good workout in, man, because these are one of the best workouts on YouTube. That is right. That is correct. Even sometimes I have trouble doing these workouts. You'll probably see me stressing and struggling on these workout videos. I mean, here dying sometimes, man. So yes, if I have a hard time doing it, you should too. Don't keep the weights too light. Put a little stress on your weights so you don't, just breeze through these with 2-pound dumbbells. You ain't doing nobody no service. But with that being said, man, for today's sponsor of today's show, yours truly. Let's get it. All right, and then moving on to the next segment of the show, we are moving over to the economy portion of the show. Yes, the economy portion of the show. It can get a little bit spooky whenever we look at the economy portion of the show. Sorry. Yes, it does get a little spooky. But looking at the economy portion of the show, we're going to go over to the China Observer. Shout out to them, fair use. Hopefully they don't dog me for using this stuff, but we're going to look at them and see exactly what's going on in the economy of China and how things are going right now, dealing with the tariff war that's been going on and that's been happening. It's going to be an interesting thing to see. With what's happening, it's a different look than what we ever get because we really don't really hear too much. We just kind of like look at it as it's a war going on over there. So, whatever happening to them, they deserve it. And what's happening to us from their point of view, we deserve it. But if we really look at what's happening, you'll realize that the people are going through the same problems. The people seem like they're having the same problems. It's really no point of fighting at the end of the day because the only people that are being hurt are the regular everyday common folk, which is sad to see because it's like we're more similar than we are different. We're more alike with the problems and the way we live as opposed to, the disagreements and issues that we're taught or told to have. But we're going to get a deeper look on the inside to see exactly what's going on with China and how they're living and what's going on. So let me go ahead and refresh the screen because I don't want them to hit us with a ad right in the middle of us watching this video, which would kind of suck, but it's gonna happen, but that's okay. So we're gonna go over and react to this entire video and actually see exactly how the Chinese people are faring over in that country, because there's a wealth gap that's being created like you've never seen before, and it's happening. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Just be prepared, don't be scared, and everything should hopefully be okay, but everybody's feeling the effects. So with that being said, let me go ahead and pull this up on the screen and we'll start this video out. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and see how everything is going. So let me unmute the video and let's get started.
I'm not selling anymore. It's Saturday and I only made 25 yuan today. How's anyone supposed to survive? The street is under construction again. Both ends are blocked. I heard the construction will take 3 months. What am I supposed to do with all this inventory? It's almost the end of the month. I still have car loans and a mortgage. Thousands of yuan to pay. Isn't this just pushing people to the edge?
I've been unemployed for over 10 days now. Over 10 days. It's okay, it's okay. You'll find something.
I just feel like I can't find a job anymore. It's really, really hard. It's like finding a job now is almost impossible, and even getting an interview is super hard. Most of the time, I can't even book one. And sometimes I wonder, is 28 years old already too old to be wanted? Even when I manage to get an interview, the companies aren't that great. And even for not so great companies, they still don't want me. Honestly, I feel totally lost right now. I don't know what to do.
And that is crazy when you hear them say that, because it's really the same issue that's been going on over here in the US. A lot of people are having a hard time finding a job, and in the job market, it's extremely competitive. It's oversaturated. I did a video one time where we seen where people say they put in like thousands of resumes, and literally thousands. I thought people were over exaggerating, but thousands of resumes that people have put in and still having a hard time finding a job. And it seems like this issue is happening overseas. And even though we're having a tariff war with these people, we still have the same similar problems as these people. So who is really being affected by these tariff wars at the end of the day? But let's continue.
In my family, we have 3 college graduates, and all 3 of us are unemployed. I'm looking for a job in Tianjin. My sister's
college graduates and still unemployed. And speaking of college graduates, recently we just had what do we have? Trump said that on May 5th, which is in the next 4 days, that the student loans are going to pick back up, and if you're in delinquency, then those student loans that you have are going to now be garnishing your wages, taking away your pensions, or even taking away your tax returns. So it's getting to a sticky situation out here.
is looking in Zhengzhou. My brother is looking back home. I worked in Beijing for 5 years before coming to Tianjin. I came here last year to prepare for grad school exams and started job hunting this February. Still haven't found anything. My sister worked in Beijing for 3 years, then went to Zhengzhou to find work. It's been 2.5 months and nothing. My brother worked in Hangzhou for 2 years, and now he's looking in Zhengzhou too. Actually, he's trying all over the country, but still can't find anything suitable. The government says the unemployment rate is 5%. Where does that number even come from? In my family, it's basically 100%. Maybe it's because we haven't officially registered as unemployed, so they count us as flexible workers. I really don't know, but honestly.
Oh, wow. Interesting. So even they're looking at things like the unemployment rate from what their government says is not matching what people see in their reality. And that kind of sounds like what we have. And since they are considered flexible, that probably doesn't even account in their unemployment. So looking at employment rates and what we hear and what we see, their government stuff doesn't match with what their reality is. And it seems like that's the same case that what we have over here. So again, like I'm saying, we're more alike than we are different, the problems that people are having. And, you know, it's really just a wealth gap, because we're seeing the transfer of wealth get extremely wide, as opposed to being a poor, middle, and upper class. It's just two classes. It's wealthy and it's unwealthy, or have and have nots, basically. But let's continue.
Honestly, I look around and all I see are unemployed people.
This new tariff war might really be the final straw that...
And notice so far what we've noticed is everybody is young. It seems like everybody is like 30 and under is what we're looking at. That's what it seems like. Could be wrong, but that's what it seems like. But then again, this also affects everybody.
crashes manufacturing, especially for all the contract factories. You can look it up. A lot of factories have already shut down and run off. That's right, the factories are gone. So seriously, don't complain if the wages are low right now. Just take what you can and hang on. At least make sure you can still put food on the table, right?
I feel like I can't hold on anymore. I've been sitting here in this spot for a long, long time. I have 2 kids, their school fees, their food, their clothes, plus all the household expenses. My husband doesn't have any income right now, and he keeps asking me for money. I'm still trying to learn new skills myself, so I don't have any income either. And my husband still has 2 insurance payments he has to make. It feels so hard. I don't even know what to do anymore. Why does it feel like life keeps getting harder? When I was little, I used to tell my mom, when I grow up, I'll make money and buy you this and that. And my mom just laughed and said, you think making money is that easy? Back then, I didn't believe her. I thought she was just joking. Now that I've grown up, I realize making money is so hard. And all the money we make, where does it even go? I don't know how long I can hang on.
Brothers, you see how it is? I've been working for over 10 years and still haven't made any real money.
Now, that can also attest for as well, like what we see over here. You have a lot of people, which is what's going on right now. You have a lot of people that have their college degrees, but whenever this, what is it called? The student loan, whenever the student loan hits, man, some people are going to be having payments of up to like $800, $1,000, $1,500, $500. That's just going to be an extra payment that's going to be garnished from their wages if they're delinquent from the student loans. So some people's student loan amount is $100,000, $50,000, $200,000. And, you know, if you're in a higher profession, people automatically expect that you make more money, which could be true. However, you know, your student loan amount that you probably have been paying on, but the interest rate accumulates so high that it doesn't matter how long you've been working, it's going to seem like you never put a dent in your student loan, which is going to have a huge, huge effect on people, not just financially, but like mentally and physically, because you're constantly being drained. It's like you're running in a hamster wheel nonstop. So again, even though these people are some of these people that we're looking at may not have a job, even with people with jobs, it's like the same feeling. It's the same effect. It's like you still feel like you're stuck.
Now, I don't even have a stable job. The factories don't want people like us anymore. At 40 or 50 years old, you're not young, but you're not exactly old either. Yet, you can't even find a basic job. How are we supposed to support our families? Honestly, my heart feels completely cold. If all we do is plant crops and raise a few chickens and ducks, by the end of the year, we can't even cover the cost of oil and salt. I really don't know what to do anymore. How are regular people supposed to survive? It's so hard, man. So hard.
And, you know, it seems like they try to keep everybody in survival mode. You know what I mean? They're trying to keep everyone in survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, you're not in a high frequency state. You know what I mean? You want to raise your frequency up and get out of survival mode and be in a higher frequency state of thinking. And if you can't get out of that, and it's a collective, it's a group, it's a whole demographic of people, that's like a dark cloud hovering over an entire population of people who can't, you know, see anything positive, and that's just going to leave a doomy, gloomy, and just a very messed up environment to be living in. And we're looking at this, and it's like it's going from US to China.
Where did all the jobs go? Seriously, I just don't get it. New graduates can't find work. People in their mid-30s who are doing fine are getting laid off, just like it's nothing.
That's exactly what we're having over here in the US. A lot of people are being laid off from their jobs. We're seeing a lot of layoffs. You know what I mean? Left and right, you're seeing layoffs. A lot of people who have college degrees don't have a job in their field that they went to college for. So it's getting crazy out there. And especially when you look at AI coming up on the back end, a lot of the jobs that people do have will easily be replaced by AI. Because we just saw the Shopify CEO that I looked into the other day. He said he's not hiring nobody else. He said that if AI can't, he said he's not going to give out any resources. You're going to make sure that whatever job that you're doing, you have to make sure that AI can't do the job first before he tries to go out and hire somebody else. So that right there just shows you what direction we're going in. And Shopify is the biggest e-commerce platform on earth.
My WeChat feed is full of people getting optimized out of jobs, forced to go to labor arbitration. Even in my company, just on our floor, every few days a few people disappear. Every Monday when we come in, you can see all the newly empty desks, and it's scary. They lay off a few people every week, and after laying off so many people, the company still
I thought I was tripping. I heard something talking in the background, but I guess that's his video.
isn't making a profit. Makes you wonder if next week it'll be my turn. I really don't get it. There are fewer people working, but finding a job just keeps getting harder and harder.
The U.S.-China trade...
And it's like, at the end of the day, it looks like it's destroying everybody's purpose. You know what I mean? Like if you're not super ambitious or super competitive, and you know you just want to just have a peaceful living and a job, it's messing with everybody's purpose to feel like they're wanting to do anything. And that right there, that mindset that's being forced and pushed across the globe is not a good one to have. So having a strong mindset that they're trying to beat you down mentally, having a strong mindset is extremely superiorly important. Being physically fit is extremely important as well, on top of having a good mindset. So you got to be able to be disciplined, extremely disciplined, and forward thinking at all times, and a little bit delusional and optimistic about everything, and make the impossible possible, which is where we're at right now.
Trade war is getting worse and worse. Tons of businesses have shut down. It's not just 1 or 2 stores closing, it's whole rows of shops going out of business. It's like a plague spreading through the streets. Everywhere you look, there are places for lease. The real economy here is in really bad shape.
There's like 5 or 6 million yuan gone here. That bigger place, that's at least 7 or 8 million lost. This whole street probably lost tens of millions. This used to be the hottest commercial spot in Shenzhen, the place all the rich people were fighting to get a piece of. Now, it's just a big joke. You look around and it's dead. Today's Saturday and there's not a single soul here. Hundreds of millions of yuan just flushed away. They used to brag this would be the biggest commercial center in all of South China, covering everything you could think of. But
I went from $4,700 to $58,000 and...
Oh my gosh, why'd they put him on the screen? Now that's crazy to see the shopping malls turned like that, but we've seen a lot of shopping malls go away as well. And if you look in California, a lot of their businesses and stuff are going to go away too, because they're like, they let people rob their place. Remember there was like that New York and California thing that was going on, where if you could rob the store, and as long as you were under X amount, they wouldn't arrest you for anything. There was a bunch of videos you see of people vandalizing and robbing all these stores, and they're being recorded, and the police would just stand to the side and just be like, well, I mean, it's really no point, because at the end of the day, what happens is, if those stores keep getting robbed and vandalized, then they're just not going to have a brick and mortar store anymore. They're going to turn around and put all of their stores online. So then you can't get to the stores, and you won't have a job to work at the stores, you know? So it's like we're having the same problems. They may be coming about differently, but the result is still the same, you know? So that's the crazy part to see, that we're having the same problems, but it's happening in a different way, but it's still placing the same outcome on both of us. And that's on 2 different sides of the earth, which is crazy. Let's get this going and pull this back up. Here we go.
this is the brutal reality of Shenzhen's commercial scene today.
兄弟们，
Do you know how many people lost their jobs in Changzhi this year? Do you know where all the unemployed people went? I'm telling you, the situation here is worse than you'd believe. Go check out Hero Middle Road. Places that used to be packed now have for lease signs everywhere. And this is prime real estate. I remember back then, if you wanted a storefront there, you had to pay a big transfer fee even after covering rent. Now, the shops are just sitting there empty. Forget transfer fee. People can't even afford basic rent. These days, opening a store means You're just working to pay the landlord. No wonder so many people gave up on starting businesses.
Oh man, that's brutal to have people give up on starting a business. That right, oh man, that's horrible. To give up on wanting to start a business, that's completely beating the people down of any, hopes or ambitions or anything to, make something of themselves. Now they're just relying on a job, and a job is just something that somebody else gives you if it's available, and basically treat you however they want because they know you need the money.
Just too hard. Even stores that opened in January were closing down by April. Believe that? Some places didn't even get a chance to fully use their renovations before getting kicked out. Streets are basically deserted. At this point, if you're looking for work here, it's either delivering packages, food delivery, or driving for Didi ride hauling.
Now, everything he just named was transportation. Everything he just named, delivering packages, food delivery, or driving for Didi ride hauling. Pretty soon, I mean, I've already showed this, but they've been automating transportation. They've already been having the automated delivery cars and all that stuff like that. So transportation is going to be automated, and that's a huge industry within itself. So, I mean, once that goes, that means your Uber is going to be gone, your DoorDash, your Uber Eats, all of the delivery services will be gone, and then the business will even take on those deliveries for their businesses, you know what I mean? Like Pizza Hut or Domino's or something like that. You won't have people come pick it up anymore. They'll just throw it in their automated vehicles and just send it on its way. So even these will be taken over by AI and robotics here pretty soon. So at what point, what do you do to the humans, and what purpose do you have for people when you take away all of the jobs away from people? And this is, and we're looking at this from across the globe. It's not even here in the US. We're looking at this from across the globe, but we can see the similarities.
Those are the only options because they have low barriers to entry. But even those jobs are almost fully saturated now. Everyone's just trying to survive however they can.
On April 11th, someone posted a video showing that at Guangdong's Yuehai Industrial Park, 3 factories shut down all at once because the bosses couldn't hold on anymore. They just ran away. Friends, ever since the US raised tariffs, it's like an earthquake hit all the factories here in Zhejiang. Even though our factory doesn't do export business, a lot of our upstream suppliers do, like those who make home appliances, and they haven't gotten new orders in ages. It's like orders just fell off a cliff. Now, all those people who used to export are rushing into the domestic market, and the competition is absolutely brutal. The whole supply chain is shaking. If the upstream factories sneeze, the downstream ones like ours can barely breathe. Sure, the machines are still running, and our salespeople are all out there desperately trying to grab orders, but the market is only so big, and now 20 people are fighting over the same bowl of rice. It's heartbreaking to see.
Man. That's crazy. So it's just getting smaller and smaller and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And like I said, that's over there in China, and these tariff wars is exactly what it is. It's a war. It's an actual war, but on who? Because at the end of the day, a tariff is a tax on the consumer. So if 2 countries are going at war with each other with tariffs, the consumer on the back end is going to be the person to feel it. However, you can say that you're trying to bring jobs back to your country, but we just, what is it? What was it 2 days ago whenever I did the video where it showed that the US is taking Apple is taking their jobs from China and send over to India. It's like, you would think they would take it and bring the jobs to the US, but they're not. They send it over to just another country. So it would be the same outcome, I'm assuming. I don't understand that part if you were trying to bring jobs back, but it seems like you're trying to hurt another country, but are you trying to help your own? Because at the end of the day, if China has tariffs placed on them, and you have and China has tariffs placed on you, if you take your product away from China, send it to another country, yeah, you took away money from their citizens and you put it into another country's citizens, which I did find a report where it said that India cannot reciprocate a tariff, which means that your profits are still going to be there for the U.S. company, but the jobs are not going to be there for the U.S. workers. So you still got the same problem, except your profit margin will still be there, and the tax on the consumer won't be as bad because they can't reciprocate a tariff on you. But if you were to be able to bring the jobs here, it would be greater. But then we all understand that, you know, people in the US expect higher wages. So it's just a conundrum that never stops.
Being an adult means being unhappy because you have no job, no money, and maybe even debt. You get anxious and can't even sleep at night. I used to think I had some skills, and I don't think I look bad either. But after I lost my job and went out looking, I realized I had no clue where to even start. It's way harder than I thought. I thought maybe I could start something small, something low cost. So I went to the night market to check it out. But when I got there, it was empty, totally dead. 6 months ago, it was packed.
Wow.
I drove around looking for another spot. I even saw this old guy riding a tricycle selling cold noodles, with city inspectors chasing after him. That hit me really hard. A few days later, I drove to a mall about 5 kilometers away. I thought maybe I could find a job selling clothes or jewelry. But except for the basement food court, the rest of the stores were empty. No customers, just salespeople standing around awkwardly. Then I went to the farmer's market and asked about renting a stall. The manager told me all the stalls were already full. He said the next opening would be in June during the bidding round. I asked how much the rent was. He said the good spots cost anywhere from 10 to 30,000 yuan a year, and even the bad spots cost 4 to 6,000. I then realized this isn't low cost at all. I used to think you could just pay a few hundred yuan a month and open a little stall. I was way too naive. Since early April, the US and China have been slapping tariffs on each other. Right now, the US is taxing Chinese imports at 145%, with some goods seeing a combined rate of up to 245%. China is hitting back with 125% retaliatory tariffs. Because of this, Chinese exports to the US have basically collapsed. A huge number of factories that used to depend on US orders have gone bankrupt or shut down. Unemployment is soaring, and life is getting harder.
Dang, that is brutal. That is brutal. So look who gets hurt. Look who gets the brunt of, you know, the issue. And did those jobs come back to the US? Well, we'll find out.
Under the shadow of a manufacturing recession, social media is full of survival guides. More and more Chinese, especially young people, are tightening their belts. Saving money has become the new normal. Ms. He, a resident of Shanghai, said in an interview that when she goes out, she mostly sees vegetable vendors and vegetable stores now, hardly any clothing stores. She said, at least vegetable stores still have some business, though it's not easy. Everywhere you walk, even 30, 50, 100 meters, there's a veggie stand. The competition is fierce. People my age, born in the 70s, definitely aren't spending money like we used to. I'm wearing old clothes. It's too hard to earn money now. In Jing'an district, Ms. Chen said a lot of people are worried about the impact of the trade war and are preparing for hard times ahead. She said, of course we're worried. You have to plan carefully now. No one knows when things will get better. The supermarkets are mostly empty these days. Young people used to spend like crazy, but now they can't find jobs, so they save every penny. Hardly anyone eats out anymore. People just bring lunch from home.
Man, I remember whenever I graduated in 06. So that was right during the housing market crash that happened. You know, it was 06, the 06, 07, 08 housing market crash. It's like, go out there and find a job or whatever, or work or whatever. But we had the housing market crash and hit everybody. But I can only imagine graduating and dealing with that. That's rough. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing was here is that when we had the housing market crash, all the banks got bailed out. So it kind of kicked the can down the road. You basically just sold out, you know, your later on grandchildren or children of the future type thing. And now that we're here and we're seeing it, and this is on the other side of the world, you know what I mean? So, and remember that Trump is only going to be in office for however many years that he's there. Whoever's going to run in next, you kind of don't know how things are going to pan out. You know, you got 4 years of this. Is it going to stay that way? Or, you know, is somebody going to double down on it? Or you don't know what next, but, you know, you want to try to survive and make it through, you know, the next reign. But over there in China, I don't think they can vote out that guy, because that guy's been up there for some years. He's been up there for a minute. So they got, you know, oh man, rough.
Beijing resident said a lot of small restaurants have had to shut down or suspend operations because there just aren't enough customers. She said many restaurants in Beijing have really closed down. There are a few near my house, but barely anyone goes. Some restaurants might have 1 or 2 tables filled. Sometimes it's just our family, just my son, grandson, and me eating. Honestly, it's pretty bleak. Some places have a few more customers, but it's nothing like before when the restaurants were packed with people. The drop in consumer spending is now spreading from China's southeastern coastal areas into inland provinces like Sichuan and Guizhou. In Lanzhou, a man named Kwang said people are starting to tighten their belts and save wherever they can. He said, looking at how things are going, everyone wants to save up, maybe even buy foreign currency if they can. Some are buying gold as a long-term backup.
I mean, gold is not a bad idea. You actually want to have gold for a long-term backup for sure, because, yeah, that's the only thing that is global as far as you take that anywhere you go, you're good to go with gold. I mean, that's a precious metal, so that right there is going to be cool in any country, anywhere you go in the world. But just to see how this is panning out for the Chinese, and we got like 3 minutes left of this video. I'm going to finish up, but it's really interesting and crazy to see how what is that they're going through. And it's like we're here in the U, because you got China going through what they're going through, and the Europe is having a really tough time too as well, because their immigration thing is really rough and how they're being treated in their countries. And then we have ours over here. Everything is tight all over the globe. It's just it's crazy. It's rough. But let's finish up. Let me get this volume back on.
Feel safe. Some are buying gold as a long-term backup, but honestly, even keeping your money in the bank doesn't feel safe anymore. Who knows if one day your savings might just vanish, or if a war breaks out, you might not even be able to take your money out.
That would suck. A war breaks out and you can't take your money out. Like, it's like, what do you do?
Chen from Foshan, Guangdong, said he once thought the economy would bounce back quickly after the pandemic. But 3 years later, the economy hasn't improved at all, and now there's a trade war on top of it. He said, life for ordinary people is really hard. They keep saying Xi Jinping is leading the country to greater prosperity, that the military is strong and the economy is doing great. But regular people are struggling a lot more. They talk about average income going up, but that's because a few rich people's high salaries pull the average up. It doesn't reflect what most of us are living through. Right now in China, saving money isn't just a personal choice anymore. It's become a widespread reality. A survey by Morgan Stanley found that the heavy tariffs the U.S. placed on Chinese goods have made Chinese families even more worried about job security, income, and investment losses. According to Bloomberg, this survey was done between April 8th and April 11th, right after the US and China announced their new rounds of tariffs.
Oh, wow.
It covered over 2,000 people from cities of all sizes in China. The survey showed that after the new tariffs were announced, 44% of people said they were worried that they or their family members might lose their jobs, the highest level since 2020. 38%
How many?
that after the new tariffs were announced, 44% of people
44% of people felt like they were going to lose their jobs after these tariffs were announced. That is a huge amount.
Said they were worried that they or their family members might lose their jobs, the highest level since 2020. 38% said they were worried about losing their jobs this year compared to last year. On April 16th, Morgan Stanley's strategy team said in a report that Chinese consumer confidence has dropped to the lowest point since the pandemic started in 2022. People's willingness to spend is the weakest it's been since the lockdowns were lifted. This new round of U.S. tariffs, with rates up to 145%, has pretty much closed the door on U.S.-China trade. The coming wave of unemployment could be massive, possibly affecting tens of millions. Goldman Sachs estimates that around 10 to 20 million workers in China depend on exports to the U.S. Citigroup thinks American exports support around 9 million urban jobs in China. An American economist, David J. Huang, believes the real number of people losing jobs could be even higher, between 30 and 35 million. He explained that about one-third of China's exports go to the U.S., and when you have that much overcapacity, it spills over into other industries too, like textiles, clothing, electronics, packaging, shipping, and logistics. A lot of small and medium-sized companies along the supply chain could go bankrupt, leading to an even bigger wave of unemployment. It's difficult to find a job nowadays. Some factories have basically never been seen recruiting workers. The government doesn't care anyway. Huang said, there will be more and more resentment in the whole society, and it will become a historical garbage time. It is indeed a
historical garbage time, man. That's rough. That is painful. That's painful to see, and it's just to show you that, I mean, each country is feeling the pain of, a rough job market, just a debt that's being, put on people, or I guess debt that some people took out, but just, you know, not being able to repay debts, loss of jobs, hard time to find a job, just all of these things, you know, that just keep tightening and tightening. And then the more people and the more industries they get taken away, you got all these people flooding these jobs, and the jobs are being saturated of workers, and not enough jobs for people. It's gonna at some point, it's gonna cause a serious issue. But the thing is, it seems like it's global. That's the thing. It seems like it's global. That's the crazy part about it. So yeah, man. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the last segment of the show. Yes, let's go ahead and move over to the last segment of the show, which is gonna be, round of applause, all right, so the last segment of the show is going to be AI. Yes, AI. We're going into the AI portion of the show. And okay, I thought somebody was at the front door. The last portion of the show is going to be AI, and we're going to go over and see if we can create a AI animated story. So we're going to see, I'm going to follow a YouTube video. We're going to follow this guy on YouTube. Shout out to Emmanuel Crown. I'm going to sit down, watch his video. We're going to go over it and see if we can actually implement a AI live animation story via the free stuff that we get from, you know, like ChatGPT or whatever AI tools that are free out there. I'm gonna try to use everything free and see if we can actually utilize those things and make some kind of a short story. You know what I mean? Maybe something, I don't know, it doesn't matter how long it is, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, something minor. Because yesterday we did, let me show you what we did yesterday. We did this yesterday right here. So I was able to, let me pull this up on the screen and show you. So yesterday we were able to do a little bit of something. I was able to take a picture of me, and let me show you the picture actually. Let me give you the picture so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Where are the pictures? Here they are right here. So we got, here we go. So I was able to use this picture of me. Come on. Oh, whoops. I was able to use this picture of me right here. I'll show you on the screen, 1 second. This picture. So this picture of me yesterday. So yesterday I took this picture, and then we turned around and made this picture right here and animated myself into a 3D animation, or like a Pixar style animation. So if you can see the difference, you see, I think they did a good job. So we did that, right? So we had that, and then we were able to turn it into animation. So like this right here, we're able to turn part of it into an animation. See if it still has it. They might have got rid of it because I took so long on it. Yeah, they got rid of it. But here we use this one. Oh man, I guess they got rid of all of them. Uh-oh, is it still here? Okay, here's one. So we're able to use this one.
The Elliott Fitness live stream. I'm going to show you how to animate an image of me via AI. Welcome to the Elliott Fitness live stream. I'm going to show you how to animate an image of me via AI.
And then we had, this was Dream Mina, and then we did Kling AI, where we had a little bit more animated.
I'm going to show you how to animate an image of, welcome to the Elliott Fitness live stream. I'm going to show you how to animate an image of, welcome to the Elliott Fitness live.
All right, so as you see right there, we were able to do those things. We're able to do those and implement those, and, you know, follow a tutorial. And from the same guy that we're going to look at today, he kind of guided us through. We're able to get that. We used the image, and we took the image, turned it into a 3D model, Pixar image or whatever, and we're able to animate the image and put some text to voice to it as well. So now I'm going to try to see if we can take that same style, but try to actually take a little bit further and do like a little bitty mini animation AI story. So we're going to see if this works. So far, we've been 2 for 2 on these AI videos, and actually able to use the free stuff that we have, and actually we're able to come out on the other end and make something happen. So let's see if we can make this happen again with a storyline. So with that being said, without further ado, let's go ahead and pull this guy up on the screen. Oh man, I didn't change the banner for the economy portion of the show. That sucks. Or whatever. All right. Well, we have the wrong banner for the economy portion of the show, but we got it right for the AI portion of the show. And we're going to start out with this one. Fair use. Shout out to Emmanuel Crown. We're going to go ahead and use his video and see if we can actually get this thing going and make it happen. So let's get it started. Let's go.
This video, I'm going to show you how you can leverage the new...
Nah, I should have thought about that. I knew that was gonna happen. All right, I forgot I had that sitting there for a little bit too long, so eventually they were gonna hit us with an ad. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm just gonna use a random image or maybe I should upload an image to use for the story, but we'll see. We'll see how it pans out and see what we got going on. So let's continue the video and let's get started.
In this video, I'm going to show you how you can leverage the new ChatGPT's image model to create full shot animated films with consistent characters and consistent scenes across board. We will use ChatGPT to generate all the visuals and then use a separate tool, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second, to do all our animations. This is a follow-up to my previous tutorial where I showed you the various options you can animate your ChatGPT generated images. But in this tutorial, we're going to take it a step further to show you how you can put everything together to create short animated stories leveraging ChatGPT. I'm going to put a link to that tutorial in the description, the previous one. I do advise you watch it right after this one. But let's get straight to this tutorial.
The video that he mentioned to watch first, that's the video we watched yesterday. So now we're watching part 2.
So when generating full animated stories, there are a couple of things you need which ChatGPT can actually help with. Obviously, the first thing you need is a script. Your script would need some characters. So you would have to do some character design to design what your characters would look like.
All right.
For each scene in your script, you're going to need a shot list, which simply describes the different shots you're going to have in that scene. For each of those shots, you would need a text to image prompt. So you can use that to generate what that shot would look like visually. And for each of those images generated from the text to image prompt, you also need an image to video prompt, which you can copy and put in any video generator to animate that shot and bring it to life. Finally, some of your scenes might have some dialogue, so you're gonna need...
So he said text to image prompt to get the shot, and then image to video prompt to get video for the shot, and then now we're going to have dialogue that's going to be able to match the videos.
The exact text for that, so you can put that in a text-to-speech generator to generate your audio. Now, I could sit here and walk you through how to generate a prompt for each of these, which would probably have made this video longer. Instead of that, I've bundled all of these into a GPT. So this GPT sort of helps you with everything that I've described right here. You just tell it what you're trying to generate. And for each scene, it will generate all of this for you step by step, and you can just copy and paste. It's not perfect, but it gives you a good building block to start building your animations on. So for the rest of this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do these full animations using this GPT.
All
right. Let's get straight to it. So once you head over to chatgpt.com, you want to head over right here to the left and click on Explore GPT, and then simply search for Animation Script Builder. So you're going to see it right here, this one by Emmanuel Crown. So click on that, and then simply click on Start Chat. So now right here in the chat, you can describe what kind of project you're trying to work on. So you can put your entire script if you already have one there, or be as...
All right, so here we go. We're going to copy the same thing that he's writing. We're going to keep it simple. So let's see. Write a 3D cartoon animation script about a boy getting ready for school. Actually, this is a good one. Actually, this is actually pretty good. Because yeah, a boy getting ready for school. Write a 3D animation script about a boy getting ready for school. Okay, cool. So we're gonna hit that right there, and let's continue.
Detailed as possible. In my case, I'm gonna simply just say write a 3D cartoon animation script about a boy getting ready for school. It's very vague because I just want to do something here for a quick test. So as you can see, it's gone ahead and asked some clarifying questions. How many characters do I want in the script? What does the boy look like? Any other characters that we have in the scene, what do they look like? And what's my preferred animation style? It says 3D. So in this case, I'm going to say there should be 2 characters, the boy and his mom. And then I'm going to ask you to just go ahead and come up with the rest of the details because I'm just doing a demo here. So as you can see.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead and come up with our details. So let me put this up on the screen. Should I put this up on the screen? No, I'm not gonna put this up on the screen. But this is what we'll do. So we'll have, I'll go back right here on his a little bit. Right there. And let's see. So there should be 2 characters. All right. And it should be the boy and his dad. Boy's appearance will be blue shorts and orange shirt. Let's see, hairstyle, short hair, I guess, and a happy personality. Happy / energetic. So we'll say happy / energetic personality. You know what? I can do this over here. Can I do this over here? I think I can. I'll put that here. Yes, I can do this here because it's right here and it has all the same stuff that's asking. So we'll put it right here. All right, cool. Personality. Any other important characters? No. What style do you prefer? Let's do Pixar style 3D. Pixar style 3D. I kind of like that. Once I have these details, I create and confirm with you, then build the animations and let's bring the idea of life together. Okay. If yes, please subscribe their appearances too. Yes. Also, the dad will be wearing blue jeans and a white shirt. There we go. All right, so we'll just hit generate on that and we'll pull this back off over here. Okay, and then we'll go over here and see where he is on the video. All right, let's see. So they gave us, oh, let's just show us what the script is right here. So they gave it to us right here. So we have characters: the boy, blue shorts, orange shirt, parents, short hair, happy, energetic, assumed age around 7 or 9. Yeah, perfect. The dad, clothing, blue jeans, white shirt, appearance, typical dad, build, short hair, calm, caring, morning routine type. All right, let's see. Pixar style 3 aspect ratios. Yes, that is correct. After that, I'll offer to generate their visuals. Here's how they'll look. So character image prompt. Boy, dad, Pixar rendering. The father, calm, in his 30s, wearing a t-shirt. Would you like to generate visual character images for these two based on description? Yeah, let's see. So let me see where he's at. Since we got our script set up for the characters, let's see where he is and we'll continue from there.
So in this case, I'm going to say there should be 2 characters, the boy and his mom. And then I'm going to ask you to just go ahead and come up with the rest of the details because I'm just doing a demo here. So as you can see, it started first by generating our characters. So it's described the character for the boy and the character for the mom. So that's the first step. So next, I'm going to say go ahead and create the image for the boy, for the first character. So you see it's gone ahead and generated the image for my first character. But if you notice right here, there's a little disclaimer there that says made with the old version of image generation, so not the new version. So for now, OpenAI does not support the new image generation model inside of a GPT. It's still using DALL-E. So the images you're going to get from this are not going to be that great. So I'm going to show you a workaround for that. But as soon as they support that in GPTs, I'm going to update the GPT to be able to generate the images right inside there. So you don't have to go out of this chat. But let me show you a quick workaround for that. So I'm going to go ahead and ask it to go ahead and create the script for scene 1. I'm doing it scene by scene. So as you can see, it's broken down scene 1 right here. It's given me each of the shots. So for shot 1, there's a little bit of a narration. So it's put the narration right there. A little bit of the description of the scene. The text to image prompt is right there. And then also the image to video prompt is all right there. I can copy this, put in any of my image generator, copy this, put in any of my video generator to have the final scene.
Perfect.
So all of that looks good. So what we're going to do, instead of going right here in this same chat to continue to generate the images, I'm actually going to go ahead and copy all of this script and everything that this GPT has generated. And then I'm going to head over and start a brand new chat. And then once you click on the new chat right here, you want to make sure you are on GPT 4.0. I'm going to then paste this script in here and make sure at the top also you paste the description for the 2 characters that it generated, or however many characters you have in your own script. And the only reason, once again, we're doing this is just because the new ChatGPT image model is not supported from within GPT. And we want to have access to this model because it's the one that's going to help us with the consistent characters and the really nice looking images that ChatGPT can do now. So that's the only...
Okay, cool. So I'm here and I got one of my generation images right here. They got one up right now. Kids got on blue shorts and an orange shirt. I'm just waiting on the other image. So once that gets pulled up, then we'll be able to move to do what he just said to do. So I'm just waiting for this generator to finish up. I guess the dad is going to do the dad next. So once the dad gets done, then we'll be able to move forward with what's going to, you know, be generated next. But in the meantime, while this is generating, once it generates, I'll stop the video and then we'll get back to where I'm at and catch up to where he's at. So we'll just keep going with him in the meantime.
We're doing this. Once that comes to GPTs, you wouldn't have to do this. You can continue the rest of this process within the same GPT itself. So the prompt I'm going to add below that is create a front view of the image of Ben on a white background. So that's the first character, and that's what that looks like. So that's the first image. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to generate the image for the mom. So it's generated that, and that's what the mom is going to look like.
Okay, well, seems like I already got my image of my people. So let's see where he's at. So I'm going to show you what I have right here. I got the boy and I got the dad. So right here's what we have right here. We got the boy and the dad. So there's dad, there's father, there's son. So we got those two right here already set up. So let's see exactly where we need to go to next. Let's go ahead and figure this out. So he is, where is he?
On GPT 4.0, and then once images.
So what did he?
Instead of going right here in this same chart to continue to generate the images, I'm actually going to go ahead and copy all of this script and everything that this GPT has generated. And then I'm going to head over and start a brand new chat. And then once you click on the new chat right here, you want to make sure you are on GPT 4.0. I'm going to then paste this script in here and make sure.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that when he highlighted the whole script, what did he highlight?
So all of that looks good. So what we're going to do, instead of going right here in this.
Okay, so he did, okay, so scene 1, he did the morning wake up. So I got that right here too. So we're going to just go all the way down. Scene 2, all the way right here. So we're going to copy. And then also, I'm going to save these images just in case. So we're going to save as image. Where are we going to put these? Put them right here. Let's see, GPT-1, save, and then we'll save this one, GPT-2. Okay, so we got both those images saved, but I'm going to do what he just said. He said that he opened up a new thing, so let me highlight this again to make sure that I got it, because I don't want to lose this. All right, so we're here, copy, and then he said to do what?
Same chat to continue to generate the images. I'm actually going to go ahead and copy all of this script and everything that this GPT has generated. And then I'm going to head over and start a brand new chat. And then once you click on the new chat right here, you want to make sure you are on GPT 4.0. I'm going to then paste this script in here and make sure at the top also you paste the description for the 2 characters. This script in here, so you are on GPT 4.0. I'm going to then paste this script in here and make sure at the top also you paste the description for the 2 characters that it generated, or however many characters you have in your own script. And the only reason, once again, we're doing this is just because the new ChatGPT image model, the only that it generated, and make sure at the top also you paste the description for the 2 characters.
Well, you didn't say that, fool. All right, let's go. Can we go back? Let's see. He didn't say to do all of that, so he kind of messed up on that one. So characters, details. Okay, so characters, which we already have our characters, but I just want to exactly follow to see exactly the way he did it, so we can make sure that we're doing it the same way he is. So we got that, and then are we all right? Cool. And then we're gonna just put, oh crap. All right, I didn't mean to do that, but we're gonna see how this pans out. All right, so there's that. Oh. All right. There's a character visual. All right, cool. So then let's continue.
It generated, or however many characters you have in your own script. And the only reason, once again, we're doing this is just because the new ChatGPT image model is not supported from within GPT. And we want to have access to this model because it's the one that's going to help us with the consistent characters and the really nice looking images that ChatGPT can do now. So that's the only reason we're doing this. Once that comes to GPTs, you wouldn't have to do this. You can continue the rest of this process within the same GPT itself.
Okay.
So the prompt I'm going to add below that is create a front view of the image of Ben on a white background. So that's the first character, and that's what that looks like. So that's the first image. I'm going to go ahead and ask it to generate the image for the mom. So it's generated that, and that's what the mom is going to look like. So now, great, we have our 2 characters generated. Now let's go ahead and generate the image for each and every scene. Remember that GPT already described what each scene should look like. So I'm going to type in the prompt, create the image of shot 1. Remember, it described each of the shot list. And then I'm going to put here 3:2. So that's the aspect ratio. So that's the widest the ChatGPT image model can do as of today. So
Okay.
it at least looks almost like a 16:9.
3:2.
Hopefully they update that soon. So I'm going to hit send to generate that. So this is what it came up with. So this is the first image for shot 1. I'm going to go ahead once it's done with that and say create the image for shot 2. And that's what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to repeat this, create the image for shot 3, shot 4, and shot 5. So for all the shots that I have in the script, and that's what it's done. It's generated all of this for me. So if you notice throughout our
All right, so let's see. I got show full message, shot. Okay, cool. I got all the way to shot 9. All right, cool. So we're good. We got all the shots. So I'm just waiting for this to pull up. So we got the picture of the boy. We're getting it. Now here's the dad visual. We're getting the dad visual. Then I'm going to do generate an image of shot 1, 2, 3, and 4. So once dad comes up, we'll go through and do what he just did. So
characters, both the mom and the little boy, have remained consistent across the scene. Both the 3, shot 4, and shot 5. Like it's done with that. Came up with what is 2:2. So and every type in the prompt, create the image of shot 1. Remember, it described each of the shot list. And then I'm going to put here 3:2. So that's the aspect ratio. So that's the widest the ChatGPT image model can do as of today. So it at least looks almost like a 16:9. Hopefully they update that soon. So I'm going to hit send to generate that. So this is what it came up with. So this is the first image for shot 1.
okay, so let's see. All right, so this is what I have right here so far. Now let's see if we can do it, because now it's telling me to upgrade. Because let me see if I can reach your image creation. So I might have to upgrade it, but let's see what happens. Because we got the kid, we got the dad and the son, and then we have shot 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9. So now oh crap, I don't know if you can see that, sorry. So we got all of them. So let's see if they'll let us. You hit the free plan limit for image generation requests. You can create more images when the limit resets in 10 hours. Let me know if you like help prepare next scene, shot breakdowns, or anything else in the meantime. Oh crap. So I guess we hit a ceiling here. So as far as ChatGPT goes, you're limited on your image creation, because I just did 4 image creations. So therefore you can only do up to like 4 image creations. He just has 9. So you're going to have to upgrade. So with that being said, let's see. Upgrade. Can we upgrade? Let's see. What is plus? How much is plus? Oh, crap. Up. Where'd he go? 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 Okay, we're going to go back to him. I don't know why that came up on there. You know what? Put this on me. And let's see. ChatGPT. All right. So free, we've already run into the plan. Plus, get pro. Plus, what is that? $20 a month. Level up productivity and thing and free. Access to deep research, multiple reasoning models for and then research, create and use task projects, limited access to Sora video, opportunities to test new features. All right. So let's see. Would we be able to do it right now? We'll give it a shot and see. Oh, wow. They just sent us a thing already. That was quick. All right, let's see. We're going to actually just try and see if we can do the upgrade right now. Maybe we can. Let's see. Yeah, we got that. We got that. Oh, okay. Agree. Can we do it? Let's see what we got. Potentially we might be okay. So let me see. I got some things I have to do on my end before we can move forward with this, because then therefore that would just ruin the whole situation. So let's see. Let me see if I can get this set up to where we could actually proceed forward. But just to let you know, as far as free goes, you are limited on the amount of image generation that you could do. So you would need to upgrade for sure. There would need to be an upgrade for a ChatGPT. So I'm gonna do the $20 a month plan just to see if that would give us enough, if that's enough to actually continue the story portion. So let me go ahead and get this set up real quick, and then we'll go ahead and proceed forward with the rest of this video. Let's see here. Do okay. Continue. All right. So we should be good there. So let's see. I don't want to put that by the speaker. It's going to make a funny noise. Let's try again. All right. Just bear with me one moment while we see if we can upgrade our plan and see if we can actually make this thing work. Because I really, really, really want to try this. I really want to see if this works. All right, cool. So we are good to go. Let's see if upgrading the plan to the $20 a month plan is something that we could use in order to continue what it is that we're doing. So we're going to back out of this. We are going to go to our story. So where were we? We were right here. Got the morning routine. You hit the limit. Okay, cool. So do we still have the stories? Create the scene for shot 1. Yes. Okay, cool. So let me see what he said here. Right there. Create the image for shot 1. So create the image of shot 1 through all. I'm going to see if I can do all. Can we do, oh, you know what? Create the images of shots 1 through 9. You know what? I'm going to follow what he says, because if I sit here and try to do something different, then it probably is, it's not going to work the way I want it to, and I'm going to be upset. So let me just try to do. He says, create the image of shot 1. And he said the ratio. Okay, cool. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to see what the first image looks like. Okay, in the meantime, let's see. You've hit the plan limit for generation request. Oh, no. What? So we're not able to. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, I guess we hit a roadblock then. Because if you get the $20 plan, it doesn't seem like that you can create any more images. Yeah. Let's see. Will they let us do any more images? Let's go back to, where were we? Were we in ChatGPT? Were we in Animation Builder? Where were we? Let's see. In the meantime, would you like me to prep other shot scenes or animation details for later? No. I want you to create the image because we just upgraded. So let's see. We'll try it again one more time just to see if it works. And if it doesn't work, then that will have to be it for today. Yeah. Is to help you out with the next scene. Yeah. So I guess you're limited to the amount of stuff that you could do. So Mr. Emmanuel here, buddy here, he didn't actually go into detail to explain, but if you're going to do any image generation from ChatGPT, you have a limit on how many you can do. Even if you go in and buy the $20 plan, you're still limited to how many images that you can do. I'm assuming unless you do, let's see, don't tell me upgrade to plus, but you know, we already upgraded. We're on the 21. Your current plan, let's see, what is plus? Get the OpenAI with the highest level of access, everything in plus, unlimited, okay. Unlimited advanced, Okay, access to research 4.0, 4.5, extended video Sora, limited on all models, unlimited advances. All right, yeah, so it looks like manage my subscription. I need, no. Standard advanced voices, create task, project, and customs. Yeah, so it seems like team, supercharge your teamwork. Everything in plus, customize your workflow, persistent, delegate routine, create innovative, protect, collaborate seamlessly with shared app. Okay, add team. Okay, supercharge your teamwork. Level up to doing creative with expansive cross, everything in free. Okay, so it seems like the only thing is that they're not allowing you to create that many images. Your images are limited. So let's go ahead and finish up the video, and we'll just kind of just watch to see exactly what it is that we could do. But we do know, I'm gonna do what I can with my 2 images. I'm gonna see if I can make a video with just the 2 images that we have, which is gonna be these 2 images right here. So at least we'll get a little bit of something going on, but I'm gonna go and do these 2 images right here. Where did it go? Let me see if I can find it for you real quick. Right here. So we have, God dang it, quit putting that up in my face. We have these 2 images, and we're gonna see what we can do with these 2 right here. So I'm gonna try to see if we can do something with these 2 images. So we're gonna try to do a little bit of something and see if we can get something out of it, but we'll see. Here we go.
So this is what it came up with. So this is the first image for shot 1. I'm gonna go ahead
and let me see if in my comment section had the same issue. Never spend time watching people talk. It's better and better. It's funny. The best part of the video. The video demonstrates creating it. Okay, cool. I have not finished watching, but I want to stop and say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm a new YouTuber. You're a wonderful man. You're a wizard of AI. Blah, 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 blah. Very cool. Kling is really great. Oh my God. First time channel. Dear YouTubers, we'll get there. Okay, well, nobody is really, I guess nobody's really trying it and doing it and running into any issues that I'm running into. So I'm letting you know that if you actually try this and try to generate the images on ChatGPT, you're going to be limited with how many images you can generate on ChatGPT. So just keep that in mind.
Say create the image for shot 2. And that's what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to repeat this, create the image for shot 3, shot 4, and shot 5. So for all the shots that I have in the script, and that's what it's done. It's generated all of this for me. So if you notice throughout, our characters, both the mom and the little boy, have remained consistent.
You know what? Let me ask him. I'll actually send a chat and ask him. Let's see. What plan do you need in order? What plan do you need on ChatGPT to be able to generate more images? The $20 plan, whoops, only allows 4 images. So I can't continue with so I can't keep up. Video. All right, so we'll send them a comment and we'll continue.
Across the scene, and I haven't had to do so much work with that. ChatGPT just remembers all the context from the chat and is able to maintain the consistency of the characters, even the clothing and even the environment of the room. Now, if you have a very long script, by the time you start getting to scene 8, 10, it might start losing some of the coherence and what the character looks like. So if that happens, there's a simple fix for that. Just go back and re-upload that image of the character in one of your prompts and just ask it to generate the image of, say, shot 52, and then just put the image of your character as a reference. So it really remembers what your character looks like, and you can keep doing that. And anytime you have the coherence of your character being lost, just re-upload the image again, and that should continue to look consistent across the scenes.
At Shriners Children's,
all right, well,
a new...
Maybe the image could be generated on a different platform. Maybe I could probably try it there, because I do know other platforms can give me... let's see if I can do it like this. Okay, if there's a will, there's a way. Let me see if I could pull this off. I think I can still pull this off, yo. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna try this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to use a different AI thing, because ChatGPT just blocked me and said, well, it didn't block me, but it stopped me from generating so many images. But I think I know I can go somewhere else and get more images. So let's try this. I'm gonna take the script. I'm gonna take this script. Let's see. All right, so we got that. And we're gonna take this entire thing and we're gonna put it into a different one. All right, so we're gonna take this, copy this, and we're gonna put it into something different. I'm gonna see if this will work. I'm gonna try it live because there's a potential chance we can still make it happen. All right, so we got this in here. We're gonna put this in there. Well structured. All right. So how about this? Create. All right. So we're gonna do this here. We're gonna create. All right. I think I can still pull this off. I'm pretty confident we can. So let's see. I'm trying a different one. I'm gonna see if we could pull off with Grok. I'm gonna try it with Grok. All right. So let's see. Let's see if we can pull this off with Grok. If we can pull this off with Grok, then we are in there for sure. All right. So let's see. For now, I'm assuming you're finalizing characters and visuals. You'll be able to generate images soon. Please. The next step, whether it's generating images, adjusting prompts, or something else. Generate images. Okay. Attach. We'll go ahead and use the images that we already have. What did we do? What were the images called? Let me see if I can find it real fast, because this will be good if we can just keep pushing and generate the image. Oh shit. Generate the images from a different platform, from a different tool, then we'll be good to go. Which I think we'll be able to do, because why not? It's the tool that we can still use. Yes, so we're gonna say generate images of son and dad. So let's see if we get that. If they can give us the images of son and dad, then we can go and then create the image of shot 1, shot 2, shot 3. So, all right, so they gave us that. Let's try this. Generate Pixar style. Let's see if we can actually be more direct. Pixar style images of son. Pixar style 3D images of son and dad. Let's try that. Let's see how that turns out. And then I'll pull this up on the screen so you can see what it looks like, because I'm using Grok, since, yeah, I'm not able to actually get it done from ChatGPT. Huh. Interesting. Okay. All right. So here's what we got. Let me go ahead and pull this up on the screen. Let me show you. So I put the prompt in, and this is what I got from Grok. So we're going to see how Grok moves. So here we go. This is what Grok looks like. Where is it? Where's my freaking thing at? Here we go. All this stuff is all over the place. So here's Grok. So we generate images from Grok, and this is what I got right here. So I said generate a Pixar style 3D image of son and dad. We got son and dad, and we got son and dad, which is kind of funny because this is my skin pigmentation of me, and this is my son's actual skin pigmentation. So it's kind of interesting they did that. All right, so we got that. So now, let me see. I'm going to say create. Oh, what did he say? Let's go back to him and see what he said back here. We're going to go back and to what he said. We're going to create the image of shot 1, right? What was that? Create the image shot of shot. Okay, cool. So then we're going to go back, pull Grok back up. So we're going to create the image of shot 1, 3, 2. And let's see what we get. All right. Pull this back just in case something crazy shows up. I don't want nothing crazy to pop up. All right, so let's see what they give us. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, cool. So this is what we got from Grok so far. So we got the image of shot 1. So this is from Grok. I switched over because ChatGPT was on some nonsense. So we got Grok. So I'm going to go all the way through and then say, cool, we got that one. So then we're going to go the same thing, create image, create the image of shot 2, create the image of shot 2. All right, and let's see if they give us the image of shot 2, which I know they will. Let me pull this back a little bit over to the side, make sure we got it in the screen. All right, so real quick, let's see what we have here. Shot 1, it's a brand new day. Someone is ready to take on action. A wide shot of a bright bedroom as the sunlight pours through the window. The boy still in bed begins to stir. So that's shot 1. Shot 2 is going to be time to get up. Close-up shot of dad in the hallway calling into a room with a smile. All right, so we got that. So that's 1. There's 2. All right, there's dad. All righty, and then now we're going to go to shot 3. Shot 3 is going to be, okay, I'm up. Close-up of the boy sitting in the bed, grinning playfully. Okay, cool. So we're just going to keep going all the way through. So then create the image of shot 3, and then we got to do 3, 2. Oh, whoops. Shot 3 is going to be 3, 2 right there. So create the image of shot 3. And we're just going to go all the way down to shot 9. So I'm going to keep it here. We're going to see if we can use the Grok image instead of the ChatGPT image, you know, because where there's a will, there's a way. We're going to do a workaround to see if we can actually still make this happen. All right. So create the image of shot 4. All right. So we got that. So we're getting all these images. So we're getting the images. All right. We're looking good so far. So far, so good. So we're still doing a workaround and making this stuff happen. So never give up. And we're going to see if we could just take what he's saying and apply it. Because then that'll tell you that it doesn't matter what tool you use. As long as you get the image and take the image and put it into a different tool, then we can actually use a different tool to get it in to make the same thing happen. I mean, you kind of get what I'm saying, right? All right. So here we go. Create the image of shot 5, 3, 2, and we're gonna go all the way down, buddy. So far, so good. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. All right. So then we're gonna keep going all the way down. So what was that? Shot 5. Cool. Create the image of shot 6, 3, 2. All right, create the image of shot 6. We're getting it. We're getting it all the way to 9. Create the image of shot 7, 3, 2. Wait till this one finishes before we jump on to the next one. All right. He's brushing his teeth. All right. So far, so good. So far, so good. Create the image of shot 7. Cool. Create the image of shot 8, 3, 2. 3, 2. Although dad doesn't look consistent, that's fine. I'm not worried about the consistency. I'm not going to do consistency today. I just want this stuff to work. So our people might not look the same, but that's okay. I just want to get this to work. So create the image of shot 9, 3. And honestly, if we get to the point, we'll probably be able to just type in a quick prompt and then, you know, get the picture of both dad and son. And yeah, be able to just kind of use them both on whichever picture. Okay, cool. So we got all of them. All right. We got them to the best of our abilities. All right, so let's see here. What do we have here? Characters, the boy. Create image of dad. Let's see. Create image of dad, create image of boy. Can we do that? Create image of dad with a white wall behind him. And then if they give us that, then we'll just create image of a boy with white wall behind him. Create image of boy with white wall behind him. Create image of the boy. Be specific. The boy with white wall behind him. All right, cool. So we can probably keep the characters consistent now if we have them all set up. All right, so there he is. So there's the boy. All right, cool. So we have them all. We can just download them whenever we're ready. So let's go back to the dude and let's see exactly where he's at. And we'll just continue using Grok and see if we can use Grok instead of what he was using. So here we go. Let's continue where he's at. Oh, he's muted.
Head and continue to repeat this, create the image for shot 3, shot 4, and shot 5. So for all the shots that I have in the script, and that's what it's done. It's generated all of this for me. So if you notice throughout our characters, both the mom and the little boy have remained consistent across the scene. And I haven't had to do so much work with that. ChatGPT just remembers all the context from the chat and is able to maintain the consistency of the characters, even the clothing and even the environment of the room. Now, if you have a very long script, by the time you start getting to scene 8, 10, it might start losing some of the coherence and what the character looks like. So if that happens, there's a simple fix for that. Just go back and re-upload that image of the character in one of your prompts. There's a simple fix for that, coherence and what the character looks like. So if that happens, there's a simple fix for that. Just go back and re-upload that image of the character in one of your prompts and just ask it to generate the image of, say, shot 52, and then just put the image of your character as a reference. So it really remembers what your character looks like, and you can keep doing that. And anytime you have the coherence of your character being lost, just re-upload the image again.
Okay.
And that should continue to look consistent across.
Okay, so ours is not going to look consistent because I don't want to go back and sit down and do all that. I'm not going to keep the consistency going. I'm just going to generate it to get the story thing going because I want to actually get the video to animation going. I don't want to go back through and just create the consistency. But I get what he's saying. I get how to do it. I just don't want to do it.
Across the scenes. All right, now that we've generated the images for every scene, so I've done all of that. So I have all my images now and my scenes are ready to go. Now we need to start bringing them to life by animating them. There's several tools you can use for this, and I talked about that in the previous video. But for this particular video, we're going to be using Clean AI. And I'm going to show you also a little bit of Runway's Gen 4. Those two models do very good at animating sort of this stylized, 3D stylized, cartoon, also stylized sort of images. So I've opened Clean AI right here. And I'm going to go right here and click on the upload image option. And now I need a prompt to give to Clean AI. So remember, our GPT has generated everything for me. So I'm going to go back to what the GPT generated to Clean AI.
I wasn't watching.
The upload image. Open Clean AI right here. And I'm going to go right here and click on the upload image option. And now I need a prompt to give to Clean AI. So remember, our GPT has generated and now I need a prompt to give to Clean AI. So remember, our GPT has generated everything for me. So I'm going to go back to what the GPT generated. And so remember, our GPT has generated and I'm going to go right here and click on.
But I see this green thing is highlighted. So that's why I guess I'm confused because he's on this image to video. So let me just find and make sure that we're on the same thing. So image to video. Let's see. Nope. Multi-text. All right, so I got that here on mine. Should I X out of this? I'm not sure. Turbo mode, count 20. All right, so what I see here, so we're gonna X out of this one. All right, cool. So that's what we're gonna do.
The upload image option. And now I need a prompt to give to Clean AI. So remember, our GPT has generated everything for me. So I'm going to go back to what the GPT generated. And for shot 1, it's right here already a prompt for image to video prompts. I'm just...
Okay, cool. So we're going to go to that right there. We're going to go right over to that right there. So we're going to go to the first one. Let's see, image to video prompt. They gave it to me. So Right here, the boy slowly stretches under the covers, blinking his eyes. Morning light illuminates the room. A breeze flutters. Okay, I guess you'll see it in a second. And I'm going to take this. We're going to paste this in here in the prompt. All right, let's keep going.
Just going to copy that, go back to Clean AI and paste it. Remember, like I said, it's not completely perfect, so I'm just going to make a few edits to remove some things that I don't want, but it's just, again.
Okay, and then I need to get the other image. So let's get that first image, which is going to be this right here. Let's see right here. So let me just show you right here what I'm doing. So right here we have the image. So we got the first shot. The first shot was up here. Here's shot 1. Here's the image to prompt video. I took that and I already added it to Cling. So now I just need to download this shot. I'm gonna download. Which one should I? I'm gonna download this one. I'm gonna download this image. All right, I'm gonna pull it back off the screen real quick to make sure I can put the image up on Cling AI. Just I don't want nothing to. All right, so image 24. So image. All right, so we're gonna go to the image. It's 24. Cool, we got it. Boom. So now we're uploading this into Cling. Okay, cool. So here we go. So I got it. And don't mind these. This was me messing with it previously. So you're going to see images of me and how it made me look. Ignore this, please, if you can. So over here, we got the image, and then we got the other thing right here. We have the prompt down here. So I'm going to leave the prompt the way it is. I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to keep it the exact same. I guess the digital clock doesn't matter what time it shows. Okay, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna pull this back off the screen, and then we're gonna let him continue. Here we go.
A building block. You can tweak it however you want, but it kind of makes the work much easier for you. You don't have to keep thinking, okay, what prompt do I have to use for this particular scene? So in my case, I've removed some of the prompt that it had there, and I'm gonna add a little bit of a camera movement to just have the camera zooming in, and then I'm gonna hit on generate. But before I do that, Clean AI now has clean.
Wait, he said camera zoom in?
I have the camera zooming in, and then I'm gonna hit on generate. But before I do that, Clean AI now has Clean 2.0. You might have heard about that. From my test.
Okay, 1 second. I can't find prompt dictionaries. Image colors. Where is that? I don't have that, so we're just going to skip that.
Test when it comes to sort of, especially like the 3D animated style images, you do not get that much of a difference from 1.6 for most of your shots. So there are shots where it becomes very good because it's very good at prompt adherence, and especially when you have shots that have a lot of fast motion movement. So I'm going to show an example. So this is an example I have of one of the last scene of Ben running out of the room. So this is with Clean 1.
Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I have to check on something. Be right back. Give me one quick moment. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Thought I had somebody at the door.
0.6, and I've done the exact same thing on much. You use much less. Most of the shots here, apart from that one last shot, was generated with 1.6. So I'm just gonna hit on generate, and this is what that scene looks like. So
okay, so hit generate. So generate. All right, test submitted. Generation in progress. And remember, I'm using the free on Kling, so I don't know how many. Okay, I see how many credits we have left. Okay, cool. So we're generating. I just don't see where it's gonna pop up. I don't see it. Actions will consume. Okay. Free track is being used. Multigrade. Okay. Hit generate. Nope, it's not letting me do it. I guess I ran into a roadblock here. So let's see.
as you can see, it's a very static scene. There's not that much movement, so there was no need for me to use Clean 2.0. So I've gone ahead and repeated the same thing for each scene. So I do here just a couple of examples. So the next thing now for me to do is to start to generate some of my dialogue. So I'm going to go right here where we have scene 2 and the dialogue for Ben's mom. It's already generated what that dialogue was. I'm going to copy that entire dialogue and put it to any text to audio generator. In my case, I've spoken about that a lot of times in this channel. 11 Labs is my go-to. I still think it's one of the best. So I have 11 Labs open right here. And I'm going to paste up that, this is a narration, I'm going to paste that there and just generate that. And it will generate my dialogue or my narration. And that's what that sounds like.
It's morning at Ben's house, and someone is not quite ready to get out of bed.
So now that I have that, now we need to deal with how do we do the lip sync in some of the scenes that have lip syncing. So I can still do that in Clean AI. It's not the best in most cases, but I'll show you.
Okay, so I found it. There we go. I found it. So sorry, it was on a different screen for some odd reason. I couldn't find it. So here we go. I got it. I got the first shot. So I got shot 1. So shot 1 that we have is going to look like this. Here we go. Okay, Jesus. It's a little bit of a challenge doing it live, but here we go. So shot 1, here's an image of shot 1. Boy slowly stretches under covers, blinking his eyes as the morning light illuminates the room. A breeze flutters the curtains and dust particles dance in the sunlight. Okay, cool. So we got shot 1. Okay, so let's continue to see what he's saying. Here we go.
Show you how that works. So I have this shot right here. It's and it will generate my dialogue.
So he's going all the way over. So I already missed a lot of stuff. So let's go back to this.
So I'm just going to hit on generate. And this is what that scene looks like. So as you can see, it's a very static scene. There's not that much movement, so there was no need for me to use Clean 2.0. So I've gone ahead and repeated the same thing for each scene. So I do here.
Okay, so we're going to repeat that for each scene. So let me go find the rest of it. All right. So I got the rest of it here for shot 2. Now we're not going to be able to do the whole thing because I'm probably going to run out of credits. But we're going to continue to do each one. So paste. So there's shot 2. And I should be putting on your screen so you can see what I'm doing. So I just took the prompt from shot 2. Here's shot 2 right here. I'm using Grok instead of ChatGPT. And then shot 2 is right here. Here's Dad. We're going to use this picture of Dad. So we're going to download an image of Dad. Then I'm going to find him. X out of that one. He's probably going to be image 25. So we see the there he is right there. Open. Here he goes. So you're going to see him upload over here in a second. There he is. Dad gently leads into the room's doorway, calling out with a smile. He slightly raises his eyebrows and nods, and his voice echoes slightly into the room. So we're going to generate. All right, so waiting on this to generate up. Let's see. I'll probably do 2 more shots, 1 or 2 more shots, because it uses so many credits each time. So we'll use a couple more, maybe 1 or 2 more shots just to kind of get the feel of it. Then I'll try to go over to, there he goes. Huh, interesting. Now so his voice echoes softly into the room. Okay, cool. So then we got that one. So then we're going to go over again. So now that we got 2 shots, we got shot 1. Got shot 2. Now we're going to go back to Grok because that's what we're using. We're going to go find shot 3. Here's shot 3. Here's the image video prompt right here. I'm going to copy this. And then we're going to paste it right here. Okay, so we got this one. Move this out here. So get him out of there. Go find the shot 3 image. Shot 1, shot 2, shot 3. Download this one. Gonna get this and we're gonna pull this off the screen again. Here we go. And the image should be 26 this time. Open. All right. Put this back up here for you to see. All right. The boy stretches his arms up with a yawn, then quickly flashes a playful grin. His hair bounces slightly as he sits forward with energy. All right. So cool. We're going to generate that. All right. We're probably going to, I think we'll just do those 3. We'll just do these 3, then we'll move on to the next part to see, because it's clearly just the same thing all the way through. So we get the idea on how to do it. So now that we got 3 images, we'll just do those 3 shots, and then we'll see if we can put speech or voices over these videos to kind of get like a seamless thing going together. Because it seems pretty straightforward as far as what we're doing. So we'll see how this pans out because we got each one. There's me from yesterday. This was a good one.
Livestream. I'm going to show you how to animate an image of... Welcome to DnL&x Fitness Livestream. I'm going to...
All right, cool. Shut up. So we got him right there. Got the dad talking. And now we're waiting on this one to show up. But once we get this one, then we're going to move on to what he's saying. We can add some voice to this, lip syncing, all that good stuff, and see if we can put it all together. So at least we can get partial of the story. Because it seems like it'll take quite a bit of time. And I don't want to just sit here and just be constantly just going through over every single little minute thing. I just want to show, because it seems like it's very copy and paste, cut and repeat over and over. Repeat these steps, repeat these steps, repeat these steps. And then, you know, you kind of get to the end result. So it's pretty much self-explanatory. So let's see. We got 30 seconds left of waiting time. So we're almost there. So in the meantime, let's check him out and let's see if we can kind of stay ahead of it. So wherever he is.
Just a couple of examples. So the next thing now for me to do is to start to generate some of my dialogue. So I'm going to go right here where we have scene 2 and the dialogue for Ben's mom. It's already generated what that dialogue was. I'm going to copy that entire dialogue and put it to any text to audio generator. In my case, I've spoken about that a lot of times in this channel. 11 Labs is my
Okay, 11 Labs. I remember using 11 Labs yesterday. So we're going to find 11 Labs. Oh, God, my phone's ringing. Okay, so we're going to find 11 Labs, which I found. So we're here back at 11 Labs. Let's keep going.
I still think it's one of the best. So I have 11 Labs open right here. And I'm going to paste up that, this is a narration. I'm going to paste that there and just generate that.
Alrighty, so let me go ahead and grab, well, no, I'm going to let him keep talking.
It generates my dialogue or my narration, and that's what that sounds like.
It's morning at Ben's house, and someone is not quite ready to get out of bed.
So now that I have that, now we need to deal with how do we do the lip sync in some of the scenes that have lip syncing. So I can still do that in clean.
Okay, so he's doing the lip sync. Let's do the narration. Whose voice?
One today is worth two tomorrows.
Let me tell you what my grandpa told me when I was just 6 years old.
Here we go.
Son,
so
always speak the truth. People
shut
will
up.
never forget what you say.
So I found the narration. The narration was or is right here, as you can see. Shot 1 narration. It's a brand new day and someone is ready to take it on. That's what it says right there. That's what we have. And then here's 11 Labs, what he said. Text to speech. It's a brand new day. Someone's ready to take it on. We're going to use that guy's voice. So we're going to use his voice. I like Grandpa's voice. So his voice. And we're going to generate speech.
It's a brand new day, and someone is ready to take it on.
That's not Grandpa's. Oh, I see. Okay. They're not going to let me use that one. Okay, cool. Whatever. I don't care whose voice it is. We're going to use that voice.
It's a brand new day, and someone is ready to take it on.
That's actually like somebody's voice that we hear a lot. Okay, cool. So we got that set up. History settings. Okay, cool. Can we go back? No? Okay, cool. At least we got that set up for shot 1, and we'll fix it here in a minute. So let's let him continue on what he's talking about. So here we go.
In AI, it's not the best in most cases, but I'll show you how that works. So I have this shot right here. I've generated of Ben's mom, sort of telling him it's time to wake up. So on the shot right there that Clean AI generates, you can see there's the lip sync up.
Okay, so on the Clean AI generated, it's the lip sync. So lip sync.
Option right here. Okay, so I'm going to click on that again. I'm going to go to upload local dubbing, and I'm going to upload Clean AI generate. You can see there's the lip sync option right here.
Okay, so then I hit lip sync, but nothing happened on my end. So let's see. Lip sync failure lacks a consistently visible face, or the face frequently leaves the room. Okay, I guess we can't do it with that one, so we'll do lip sync with this one. Okay, cool. So we'll do lip sync with that one. 11 Labs text to speech. And I'm going to use shot 2 because it's giving me a hard time to do it with shot 1. We're going to do shot 2. We're going to copy it in here. Sorry, I'm not showing you. I'm just trying to speed up the paste. All right, paste it in here. There we go. Generate speech is going to be time to get up.
Time to get up.
There we go.
Time to get up.
No, we can't use a woman's voice. We got to use a man's voice. It makes more sense.
Time to get up.
No. Voice. Yes. Use a man's voice. Generate speech.
Time to get up.
There we go. All right, so we got his voice. And we're going to download his voice. Anthony. Okay, cool. So then now, if I could find it, where is it? There we go. So now go back to here, and we're at where he's at now. So
I'm going to click on that again. I'm going to go to upload local dub. On the shot right there that Clean AI generates, you can see there's the lip sync option right here. Okay, so I'm going to click on that again. I'm going to go to upload local dubbing, and I'm going to upload the file that I've generated using 11 Labs. Or if you have...
Okay, cool. So here we are. Upload local dubbing, and then we're gonna click it and find it. Again, I can't let you see my file, so I'm gonna pull the file up real quick. ABCDE 11 Labs. Yesterday, today. Okay, cool. Open. All right, so now we're loading up, and it should be loading up.
Time to get up.
All right, that's what we have here. So we got that there. All right, cool. So now let's see what he says.
Have your voice actor do that for you. You can use that from your voice actor too. And then once I've done that, I'm gonna just hit on generate.
Ben, time to get up, sweetheart.
YouTube has just paid for my entire trip around Europe. It paid for this new car, and it even paid for this new house for my parents. And yeah, I don't work for YouTube. I don't create.
And if you watch my previous video, I've shown you other tools that you can.
All right, cool. So we did the generate. So let's see if it does it. Oh, I got the audio off. Why is the audio off? Oh, it's still generating. Okay, Jesus. I was like, what is going on? All right, cool. So we're still generating. So we're just waiting for this to finish up. So we're going to have the first, the second, and the third. We're going to have the him waking up, dad saying time to get up, and then we're going to do one more, which the third shot would be, okay, I'm up. So then we'll have 3. All right, cool. So we're getting close. So let's let him finish.
Used for lip syncing. So I do advise you to watch that. You can play with those in connection with what we've shown here today. But one tool I didn't show in that video, and that's because it doesn't have much of a big, generous free plan. In that video, I was trying to cover some tools that gives you at least maybe monthly free credit or daily free credit. Runway Gen 4 is very great at animating this sort of stylized images, and it's also very great at the lip sync. But they give you a one-time, I believe it's 125 credit for the lifetime of your account. So again, if you're looking for something free to use, Runway might not be the place to go. But I'm going to show you how to do the same thing we've just done right now in Runway. So there are 2 ways to sort of do this. The first.
All right, so as it's loading up, it says it's going to take like 5 minutes just to load up the time to get up with the video, which is kind of crazy, but it's going to do that. Maybe I can do 2 at the same time, or maybe I have to wait. Let me see. I'm going to try to see if I can do both. While he's talking, I'm going to see if I can do the other one as well and change the voice while we're at it.
As we are liberated from our own.
The thing always happens that you really believe in, and the belief in a thing makes it happen.
Cool. I guess we could use his voice. Oh, who's this?
Life without love is like a tree without blossoms or fruit.
Just trust yourself, then you will know how to live.
There is no greater harm than...
Just trust yourself, then you will know how to live.
Time to get up. Oh, nope, not time to get up. It's okay, I'm up. So paste. Nope, same thing. So we're going to go back. I got to grab. Where is it? Right here. Okay, I'm up. So copy. Doing the text to speech thingy again, which I'll show you right here or right here. So I'm going to generate the other one while we're here.
Just trust yourself.
Generate speech.
Okay, I'm up.
All right, cool. So now we got that one. We'll download that one. I'll pull it back off the screen. And then we're going to check to see, did it download up yet? No, not yet. So we're going to lip sync this next one. Hopefully we can do them multiple at the same time. Or do we have to wait? Hopefully I don't screw nothing up while we're doing 2 at the same time. Upload. Let's see. First audio file uploaded. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can upload the other one.
Every time.
Hey guys.
Okay, well maybe I can do this. Maybe I can say this. I could probably just type it in and then see if I could generate it here. So let's try this. Let's see.
Okay, I am up.
Boom. So I did the other one. So now we have this one here. One is already generating. I don't know if they're going to do two at the same time or what. But we got this. And we got this. So it starts off here. Dad's going to say, time to get up. And he's going to say, okay, I'm up. We're already generating the first one, which is the dad talking. Then we're waiting on the second one. So while that's happening, I'm going to let him continue to talk and tell us what's going on.
The way is, again, once you're on Runway, this is Runway ML. I'm going to click on Generate Video. So just like the way we did in Clean, I'll click on the image. And then, again, I can paste that same text to video prompt from my GPT. And we have different options from Turbo to Gen 4.
Okay, so he's just showing us a different platform that has, I guess, smoother,
and just hit on generate for it to generate the animations for this. Now, once it's done that, there are two options to do the lip sync. So just the way Clean AI has a lip sync option, you can click right here on the actions, and then you see there's an option right here for lip sync. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to try to detect a human face.
Runway is a different one. I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to let him do this, but we're still waiting on this one to load up.
And then right here, you can upload your audio file. And then I'm going to say generate lip sync. Now I'm going to play both of them so you can see the comparison between Runway ML and Clean AI. So this is what they look like.
Ben, time to get up, sweetheart. Ben, time to get up, sweetheart.
The second way to do your lip sync using Runway is using Act 1, which gives you the ultimate best sort of lip sync whenever it works, because it's very natural. You drive the performance. So I'm going to head over back to Runway ML and click on Act 1 right here. So the first thing you want to do is you can upload an image of your character or an actual video with some animations using Runway.
Okay, well, we're not really worried about that.
Or image. So let's attach. So I'm just going to adjust that. And then I'm going to
Act 1 is the different we can
upload
use.
a pre-recording.
But let's look at what he does.
To do that live right here. You see it has the camera.
Real quick, I think mine just uploaded, so let's see. Is it going to play? Turn the volume on. Put up on the screen. All right, let's see. Here we go. Does it work?
Time to get up. Time to get up.
All right, so we got that one. And then next one we're waiting on is local dubbing. Can I X out of here? Oh, crap. So we're going to lip sync this one. A consistent face must remain on screen. Okay, what consistent face is on the screen? Oh, man, this is screwing us over. Audio is uploading. Okay, cool. There we go. So upload. But how do I get this one off? That's the issue. Can I grab this? No. Okay, so it won't let me remove this one. That's what I don't understand. Okay. We got that, but it's not letting me take this one off. If you have one on, how do you get rid of this?
Time to get up.
We don't want that no more. We want to upload a new one. Let me see if I drag and drop something onto it. Will that help? Let's see. Oh, you know what? I'll just use I'll use this. Okay, cool. I just typed it in like I did last time. Okay, what I did the first time, I typed in okay, I'm up. This one says it's going to take 7 minutes, so whatever. So that's going to do that. While that's loading up, we're going to watch the rest of his video to finish up what's going on. Here we go.
Right now, trying to capture my face. So I'm just going to adjust that. And then I'm going to hit record. Well, you said
the exact same thing 10 minutes ago. Come on, Ben. It's time to go to school. Wakey, wakey.
What if you could do all your
SEO that was
in
sweet.
one tab?
That was really cool. Like for sure, we need to figure out how to try to get that one on. For sure. Get out of here. All right, cool. So there he is right there. We're going to continue with this video. This one said it's going to take 7 minutes.
In case you're wondering how I changed
We're almost
my
done with this
voice,
video, though.
that is still done with 11 Labs. So if you're on 11 Labs, right here, you'll see the voice changer option. So just click on that. And then right here, upload whatever audio you have of your original recording. And simply select any one of the voices that they have right here that you want it to sound like. And click generate. And it's going to change your voice to sound like that voice. So now that I'm done with all...
So that was Act
right
1.
If you're on 11, and in case you said
the exact same thing 10 minutes ago. Come on, Ben. It's time to go to school. Wakey, wakey.
That's a good one. To get the prompt and everything set up in the shot, then you can actually act in on each shot. That's great.
And in Kitchen Labs, right here, you'll see the voice changer option. So just click on that. And then right here, upload whatever audio you have of your original recording. And simply select any one of the voices that they have right here that you want it to sound like. And click generate. And it's going to change your voice to sound like that voice. So now that I'm done with all the shots, so we've done the images, we've done all the animations, and we've done all the lip sync in cases where they're lip sync. So the final thing is just to put everything together, and you can use any of your favorite video editor. I typically use Premiere Pro, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to use CapCut, which is a free video editor, and you can download CapCut for the desktop from CapCut.com.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Or you can also download it on your phone. So I'm right here on CapCut. I'm just simply going to drag all my videos, put them together, and cut them out, and just arrange them right here, as you can see, scene by scene. So it's just by dragging, dropping, and using the tool right here to cut whatever part I don't want. And then the final part of all of this, which is very important, is to do the sound design. So I'm going to add the background music, add a little bit of sound effects and sound design to bring everything to life. And I'm going to show you the final product in a second. But before I do that, if you enjoyed this video, kindly do me a favor by hitting the thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend it for other people. It does go a long way in helping me grow the channel. And if you did enjoy this video and want to see more content like this, please do make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to make sure more content like this show up on your timeline. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next video. Keep learning. Bye. And here's the final product.
Ben, time to get up, sweetheart.
5 more minutes, please.
Well, you said the same exact thing 10 minutes ago. Come on, Ben. It's time to go to school. Wakey, wakey. I made bacon.
Bacon? Okay, I found my lucky shirt.
You can't wear the same shirt 3 days in a row, Ben.
But I love it.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, that was actually a good look. All right. So pretty soon here, I'm still waiting on mine to upload. We have 4 minutes left. I'm probably not going to wait the whole 3 minutes left. But as you can see, or as I'm going to show you up here, we have these right here. I'm going to put that back on the screen for you. We got the dad right here.
Time to get up.
So we have him waking up here. So I can take this, download this, and then I'll take this piece out, and then I'll add it with this little quick little snippet right here. Well, this snippet right here, where dad says it's time to get up.
Time to get up.
And then we'll have the final one right here, which is going to take about 3 minutes or whatever, but I'll put it together later on, and then I'll bring it back to you on the next stream that I do. So probably the next stream will be tomorrow, and I'll be able to put it together and be like, hey, look, this is what happened from what I did yesterday, and we can all sit down and look at it and see how it puts together with a little music in the background, a short little snippet. Might not be as good as his, because his was like super like nice, but at least we can kind of get an idea of what it looks like and how to put something simple together, because I'm pretty sure he has like the paid program and different things that he's using, which makes his look a whole lot better. But it just gives you an idea of what we could do. So yeah. So I'm not going to wait on the rest of this because it's going to take too long. But however, I will be streaming tomorrow again, and we'll be able to look at the music AI that I did, and as well as I'll bring up this AI and complete this as well, and bring them both to you to see if we made any money from the music AI that we did, and see how that did being put on Spotify and all that other stuff in iTunes. I think it was iTunes, whatever it was, or Tidal or something like that. And I also have this AI set up as well, and see how the video, the little short little 3-shot video and see how that pans out when you put it all together using whatever video software that you use. Well, with that being said, that was a lot. Got a little bit lost along the way, but hey, it's doable. It's not super hard. It's not really that hard at all. It's actually something that can be done. So it's not as bad as it seems once you kind of see that all you need to do is have a prompt, a shot, and then be able to take all these things and put them together. It's not really that difficult. You just got to sit down and do it, and you got to have all the, you know, the money for the credits and everything to put everything together. But it's highly doable, and it's actually kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. If I wasn't live, I wouldn't be so stressed out on like trying to make things happen so quickly, because I don't want to just have people sitting here with downtime. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We were able to make it do what it do. I'm gonna get up out of here because I got some adulting to do. Wait, did it happen? Did it happen? Is it gonna work? All right, let's see. Try again.
Okay, I am up.
Oh, whoa.
Okay, I am up. Okay, I am up.
See? So.
Okay, I am up.
Now the voice isn't the greatest, but hey, you get the point. It still came out. So we got him in the bed, dad saying to wake up, and then him saying, okay, I'm up. With just simple little prompts. It was nothing even major that we used. So far so good. It actually came out together. It worked. We just have to go more into detail to make it really, really the way we want it. But so far so good. That looks good. With that being said, I have to get up out of here. I got stuff I got to take care of, man. But thank you for everybody that tuned in and stopped by the stream. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. We'll be back on tomorrow. Not exactly sure what time, but we will be back. With that being said, y'all take care. Have a good one. I'm out. Peace out.
Game over, and I got the keys like Jay-Z.